Okay. Hopefully everything is well. As you can all tell, I have some adjustments being made. Had some adjustments. Not sure if I like it yet, but we're gonna see how everything plays out and why pod. So, but hello, welcome, happy Friday. Hope everyone's had a fantastic week. Saw that we already have a couple of people bouncing around. Marcus, welcome back, my man. It is impressive that Jason did all of those characters, and I really wish that he could come back in some capacity. Not really in a multiversal kind of thing, but just in general. I do like the way that his Sonic, like, just felt in a way. But yeah, hopefully everyone's having a fantastic Friday so far. Halfway through the day, the weekend is basically here already. But we're gonna be playing some Sonic Riders if it wasn't obvious, and just kind of hanging out. I want to talk some cross-world stuff that I'll probably make a video out of. So if you have any input, feel free to let me know what you think about Riders, cross-world, just any Sega racing game really. And yeah, we'll go through that. But let's start off with the story mode because it's been years since I've played Sonic Riders story mode. So we'll play through both stories since they're like it's and I'm pretty good at Sonic Riders, so
That's really weird. It looks like something's jamming the radar signal.
also I've always found it weird how in Sonic Riders like the CGI cutscenes look kind of weird. Like obviously the base game or the game itself looks a little different when you're actually CGI just looks kind of off. It was revolutionary too, but something about it just seems so strange, especially considering that 06 dropped, I think, same year as Sonic Riders. So it's like the advancements between the two, or close enough between the two, were pretty stark. So, like, it's not the worst CGI I've seen. We've all seen shows that have terrible like, CGI monsters, but I don't know. I guess hindsight is 2020. One of my favorite soundtracks, though, I think, in pretty much any Sonic game.
Oh, not bad.
Also, it never dawned on me that specifically in this cutscene, Jet and Sonic, you can't really tell a difference. I'm pretty sure they just use like a reuse a voice line from Sonic for Jet for that purpose. Because right here,
So, you're supposed to be the fastest thing alive?
he sounds like Jet. So it's like, why did they do that? Not how. But
Oh, new competition.
that nasally kind of, I can't even replicate.
Eggman!
Ladies and gentlemen,
Playing it on Dolphin emulator, specifically it's Sonic Riders DX.
got an exciting
I think the 2.0 edition.
Since you all seem so bored, I put together a little extra something to spice things up. I call it the X-World Grand Prix, a tournament to see who's the best of the best with extreme gear. Not just a race, but a special race.
I will say that the upscaling does. Yeah, no, so there's a mod. They just called it Sonic Riders DX. Sort of like the director's cut of Sonic Adventure. They called it that just because it's like, it's a nice little callback. But as you can tell, the textures are up-res a little bit. The gameplay is pretty much the same, but I think a little more things are fine-tuned, like with the board specifically, and some of them were broken in.
Eggman again! Just what is he up to this time?
And there's more. Before I forget, I'll present the current contestants. These players, they're hot. The best racers I can find.
Hey, that's...
I also have some very
X-World Grand
controversial
Prix, huh?
things to say about Sonic
Let's
Riders,
do
the
this.
OG one, but not like super bad. It's just in terms of design, really. And once again, I know it's a PS2 GameCube game, but a little strange. So for anyone that's not in the know, you can see a little bit of the differences like with the billboards alone. And I don't think there's any like specific new tricks that I can pull off per se, but see if I still got the sauce. I believe the AI is just a little bit harder, so there's also that. So hopefully that actually, you know, proves to be a challenge. I know this game can get kind of hard, especially with the later tracks. I still got it. I'm gonna get that jump in the last one. Okay. So my main gripes with the original Sonic Riders, and I think Zero Gravity kind of fixed it up just a little bit, is that there's really no variety in terms of like where you want to go. So obviously I'm Sonic. Well, actually, let me explain just a little bit about the base game. Obviously you have your types, Sonic being the fastest, Tails being the flight character, Knuckles being the power character, right? And did I get it? And they can each take shortcuts that are respective to their specific types. So if you're Sonic, you want to go on the grind rails as much as possible because obviously those are going to give you some speed. Tails wants to take these flight rings right there, as you can see, because that gives him a boost of speed, and then Knuckles wants to like plow through pretty much anything, and that's the basics of it. Every character follows those three types, but as you can tell, every single lap I've taken that grind rail right there, for example, because it's like a super quick burst of speed, and that's it. Like I could stay on the ground. I missed it. I could stay on the ground, and that would allow me to go, I guess, at the same speed as long as I'm maximizing or optimizing what I'm doing. But it's like it's kind of just the same thing over and over and over. But I guess that comes with playing with computers. If you're playing with someone else, of course, it's gonna be a bit different. Oh yeah, no. So DX changes like a whole bunch of minuscule things as well. So the music, some of the graphics, just little things here and there to make it seem a little more fresh, which it is welcomed. So if you have like a decent laptop or PC, I would definitely trying it out. Installation is pretty easy.
Really it can't be anything too important.
Hey, Sonic!
Huh? Amy? Don't tell me you've signed up too.
Of course, it really looks exciting and fun. Why wouldn't I join? And besides, this way, I'll be able to keep my eyes on you.
Ugh. Tails?
Yeah, I'm gonna play as Tails right now, and I think it's against Wave, possibly.
I think it was on
Hey,
the boards
Welcon,
of those
thank you for the
guys we
follow. I
met at
appreciate it. Welcome to the
Future
stream, man. How you doing?
Babylon.
Babylon?
Yes, the mark of the Babylon roads. A long time ago, there was a floating island known as Babylon Garden.
Also, the fact that
Supposedly,
Tails just
robbers lived
knows
there.
all of this stuff has always
According
been
to
kind of weird to me,
rumors,
especially since
this
Knuckles is the history
legendary
bluff.
band, the Babylon
Hi.
Rogues, were great thieves. Legend also says that the Babylon Rogues incurred the wrath of the gods because of their crimes, and that the island was cast into the depths of the earth. After that, supposedly the Babylonians were then scattered for all time, never to be found. But they say that the Babylon Rogues' treasure still remains on that island, waiting to be discovered. There are also rumors that the Babylon Rogues were extreme gear specialists.
I mean, actually,
Still, how can a plank like that just float?
considering that it's
That's easy to explain.
tech
According to
kinda
the
history thing.
Kutta-Chukowski
Makes sense that
lift
Tails would
theorem,
know.
the control surface flow is balanced by the inverse kinetics of the...
Stop! I get it, okay? It just floats, and that's good enough for me. Huh?
Sorry, but it's just too funny. Huh? That gear's unusual.
Customized it myself.
that's fair. He really just kind of talks everyone's ear off in this game about like, hey, this is why this happens, that kind of thing. But then Knuckles takes on that role in the sequel, so it's a little inconsistent. Like Tails is still smart, obviously, but when it comes to the history, Knuckles is the one that you has like the gist of it.
Oh, that girl! Who does she think she is?
Yeah, how can she just walk in and diss Tails?
I know, and Tinkering's
Oh wait,
always
so
really
there's
good at it,
additional
too.
subclasses? Also, the Every Gear one I did know, but I didn't know that there's additional subclasses. So like there's, instead of speed, flight, and power, they have like combinations of those? Or how does that work?
The countdown has begun.
Also, this is another instance of like texture updates, just to make the stage a little more lively. Yeah, that was too fast. Yeah, that was too fast. Fun fact, on Splash Canyon, I've never been able to hit this turn because I'm just like terrible at drifting, as you can tell. In some stages, let me not say terrible. Yeah, right? Also, these sections where you would have to like spin your control stick, they've also changed it to where I messed that up completely. I thought this was the other one. They changed it so you don't have to spin your control stick and you get like that burn on your thumb or palm, depending on what you use. See if I can hit this time. Almost. That shouldn't have been an X, but I'll take it. Did not miss it this time. Oop, wrong move, bro. Bring it at 60 before happens. I didn't know you can charge a jump while you're drifting. What the hell? There it is. Found it. Also, some stages are just kind of built to be cheesed with certain types, which is nice, but I feel like Zero Gravity maybe did it a little bit better, in my opinion. So speed, fly, power, and type is really types of classic characters in certain aspects. Interesting. So like, let me get an example. So like Eggman may be better over rougher terrain versus who's another power character? Like the E, not the E1000 or 10,000, the E like 12,000 or whatever it's called, something like that. Broken.
Oh, it's you!
I'll make sure to pay you back for this.
Ha! I let you get away last time, but definitely not today.
Zero Gravity is pretty solid. I liked it as a kid, but I used the Wii a lot more than controllers to cohesive.
Sorry.
Yeah, I need some more Sonic and Jet interactions, Richard. It would be so great. I'm so excited for Cross Worlds, dude. We'll get into that in a second. But
Nice try, buddy.
so,
Sorry there. It wasn't my fault. If he hadn't jumped out of the way just now, I would have clobbered.
so getting levels is way more important than in base game, because in base game you could stick to like a level 2 and because it just offered more air gauge, so something along those
The
lines,
track, then.
right?
We'll settle this there.
Looking forward to it.
Also, quick side note, this stage in particular had me like cooked as a kid, because this one, I don't think the power route on this stage is good from what I understand from the few competitive games I've watched of like Tournament Edition and DX. Because early booster powers are okay. So it's really based on advantages and like what you want to stick to. Then it seems like okay. I understand it now. See, and just like those little additions, like make the entire endeavor. I should have gone there, but it's fine. At the boost. Those little additions really make this game, or this modification for the game, like super, enticing and whatnot. Yeah. Oh, don't even get me started on I don't know what it's called, but the desert stage. We'll get to it in a second though. Right. Gotcha. Okay. Also, Roken, since you seem pretty knowledgeable in like all things Sonic Riders, a lot more than me, is it beneficial to spam tricks, or should you just go for like 4 to 5? Really? Oh. Oh. I didn't learn that. Power's good at DX in general. Okay. It might have been some friends of mine, not friends of mine, somebody I was watching on YouTube play with their friends. Then I was like, yeah, Power's not very good stage. Yeah, that's the thing with like old games. Let me finally take this shot. Like the old PS2 and GameCube games, they got scratched very easily. Sometimes if you, oh damn it, if you like even slightly dropped it, even in the case sometimes it would just scratch up, and it's like, okay, well, there goes. I forgot how much games were back then, but either way. Oh, got 8th place. You hate to see. I will say, oh, game crash? Oh no, not game crash. I thought
The semi-final race will begin in 10 minutes. Please convene at the gate prior to that time.
I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot what I was.
That's cool! Sonic! When did you learn those techniques?
You could pirate a PS2?
Not very impressive for someone of your
I know you could.
reputation.
I see what you mean.
You know, I've checked you out, actually. Not bad. I admit you're pretty fast on your feet. But here, it's a whole different story when riding with extreme gear. You see, to be the fastest on a gear, you have to become one with the wind. Without wings, well, you might as well kiss the ground and go home.
So, like, what is considered an over trick? If you don't mind me asking, if you know the exact amount.
Who does he think he is?
Well, I don't think he's all talk, you
In
know.
ad dungeon,
I better
understandable.
be on my toes during this competition.
I never imagined anyone would enter the race with such a piece of junk.
Oh.
Sorry, Sonic. I just need to fine-tune a few things. Then your
So-
extreme gear will be at 100%.
Does that mean that you
Hey,
could play
Tails,
region
you always
or
do your
games
best,
that were
so
region
don't
locked?
worry.
Yeah, but she has a point. She's a really
I know that
brilliant mecha
it
mechanic.
was like way back in the day, my brother and I had
Sonic,
asked
don't worry, I'll
this guy
unlock the
at
secret
a
of
like
the
independent
extreme
game
gears
store
for
about
us.
Mugen titles. And I know that Mugen, however you say it, those are like super big in pretty much everywhere outside the US because of how many like characters you can play as. Obviously some are overpowered, but I'm assuming it's kind of like that then. Oh, that's unfortunate and embarrassing, but it's okay. About to get back in it. This was another stage that had me in a headlock as a child. Alright. Oh yeah, I was asking Roken if you know the like amount of tricks. Hey Frontier, how you doing? If you know the amount of tricks it takes to get an X, or is it just like because I know you said in Tournament Edition, overtricking is beneficial, but in DX, you just want to get that X. So how many does it take to get an X? That's a C, don't worry about that. Good to hear, Frontier. Appreciate you stopping by. We're kind of just talking about everything Sonic Riders, and then we'll do some like crossworld discussions. I'm doing pretty well at multitasking. Story mode is pretty easy though, so you know, there's that. But if you're curious about anything, feel free to ask, and then we'll try to answer it. Also, I know there's a shortcut I can take by using the flight pad. I don't know how to access it though to save my life, so I might try. Oh, too early, too early. Also love the track for, I think this is Leaf Forest from Sonic Riders. Very nice track. Always love that. Yes, that's, yeah. But the air kind of makes sense. I know that, what's the, because they explained it just a little bit. I mean, Tails tried to explain it, but I guess that's why they just kind of kept it to air, because you don't fill up traditionally like you would a regular gas car or something like that. You kind of just go to like those pit stops and then boom, you're filled up. So, but I do get the confusion. 45 tricks. Auto X combination. Oh, there's an Auto X combination? Oh. Okay, I didn't know that. I like just spamming though. I'll probably keep doing it. But the more you know.
I'll be over here cheering you on.
Yeah, Sonic Riders is one of those games where it's, you know, that and then, what, Sonic Adventure 2, just like way back. Late Friday nights whenever I had my cousin over or just brother hanging out, it was one of those games. Whenever I can convince him to play Sonic games, you know?
The first one to reach the goal will win this race. But remember, the prize will be won by the racer who's
Don't mind the chaos and what's popping in.
Ha! You're lucky you got this far. It obviously wasn't due to your skills.
Broken, real
I
quick,
won't lose
which one do you
now.
prefer? Although I kind of know the answer already, it seems like. You prefer Riders DX? Or my bad, Riders or Zero Gravity? Mods included.
It's time for the final race to begin.
I know Marcus said he wasn't a big fan of Zero Gravity. And then Frontier, feel free to answer as well. Which one you like more, Riders or Zero Gravity? Oh, I love this soundtrack. I messed up. It's okay though. Nope, I didn't. That's fine. Oh, I missed that terribly. Holy. Oh, they're not gonna let me do it. Lieutenant Waffles, how you doing, my man? I like Riders purely based on nostalgia. That's fair. We'll say that. Oh, brother. I will say that Zero Gravity not being for everyone is definitely a fault of like Sega themselves. That's what you get. It's a good game in my opinion, but I can definitely see why the masses wouldn't like it because of how different it was. Even though it's like kind of a split. I know 70% of people definitely like Riders, OG Riders a little bit more, and then the others are like, Zero Gravity is easier, so I'm gonna stick with that. soundtrack is fire. This song is actually from Team Sonic Racing. Oh, okay. The soundtrack is actually from Team Sonic Racing, if you can believe it. OG Riders, so gravity is watered down. Yeah, slower, boost mechanic being removed. Yeah. I actually have I can't say the word. The mod for Zero Gravity installed. And I tried it out a little bit. It's cool, but I feel like, as you mentioned, it's just a little bit too watered down even with the adjustments. I'll still definitely play it. Because hot take, I think Zero Gravity has better, what the hell was that? Has better stages. And I'll explain a little bit more about that in a second. Just let me lock in because it seems like they're catching up to me. Can I make this? I can make this. Yeah. Okay, I win. That's fair. Oh, you played it competitively. Holy shit. Zero Gravity stages felt more involved. Like there was multi-diverging paths you could take. The shortcuts weren't like a make it or break it kind of thing, at least to me. So I think that's why the stage design feels a little bit better in my opinion. But OG Riders has more sauce. And yeah, a lot of people didn't play Zero Gravity like that, so you know, completely understand all regards.
The dirt suits you so well.
He did get blown up from the ground up. Just also the board designs in OG Riders. I like the Blue Star 2 and I like the Type J, which is Jet's board. Everything else is kind of just like a flat piece, like Knuckles said, a flat piece of metal. Not my favorite. Not my favorite. The skates are fire, but most of these boards are not my favorite at all. Yeah, this has always been my favorite cutscene from this game because of like how much action happens in the span of like 10 seconds. Yeah, kinda. That's like a good gist of it. This cube will never show up again in the Sonic mythos ever, so don't get too attached to it. Literally just here to do this. Well, to do this and then open one other door. But you'll see that once we get to the Babylon story.
This is Babylon Garden.
Now I'll get the treasure of Babylon.
Yeah, actually, wasn't Tesseract like a Greek thing already?
Tails, Knuckles, we gotta get Eggman.
I've never seen that texture before. That's a new one. They did change the stage. I forgot. Okay.
I found you.
Amy's gonna handle it, man. You don't know? I mean, she's missing right now, so don't mind that, but she's gonna handle it.
Wait, Sonic, use this!
See, okay, Blue Star 2, right here. Tell me this does not look a ton better than every other board in the game.
What is it?
It's a new gear I prepped up just in case something like this happens.
Thinking ahead, Tails? Thanks.
Like, it still looks like a flat piece of metal, but it just, I like sharp edges. I don't know how to describe that. And then the Type J is just kind of iconic because that's Jet's board. No?
You can't catch up with him. Get out of my way. Is that what you think?
Crazy to think this is just Jason talking to
Take a
himself
look
the
at
entire
this.
time.
I'll show you what true speed really is.
See, someone gets it. I hate Babylon Road. The last turn at the very end, absolutely despise it. But I love how they took the aesthetic of Secret Rings and made it into a stage, basically.
Here I go.
That's enough. Can't do it. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. See if I can lock.
Emergency alert. Emergency alert. Prepare to repel intruders. Repeat. Emergency alert. Emergency alert.
It's fine.
Prepare to repel intruders.
I'm in 7th. Holy shit. Okay. Let me get this right. Yeah. This was the stage of all time. Definitely as a kid, you can imagine. And then especially if there's a wind trail, it's like, I understand it now, but as a kid, I wasn't drifting like that. I was just trying to turn. That's it. Yeah, the stage was in the OG game. It just didn't look like this. I went the wrong way. It didn't look this, good, I guess is the word I can say. The sky was more so just dark, like a dark grayish. I need to catch up and fast. Thank you, son. Okay, and I'm in 3rd, that fast. Love to see. Oh, you dirty bastards. Okay. Get me off of this. Actually, that worked out. Top path? No top path. Thought I didn't catch that for a second. Most definitely. Like a little bit of a dimmer Rainbow Road, given everything that's going on currently. Fighter jets in the background, probably shooting missiles somewhere. Alright, last lap, I should have it. As long as the turn doesn't absolutely hammer me, I think I'm good. I'm in 1st, so. Both triggers. See? Hey, thank you, Rogan. I appreciate it. Oh! No. 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 Thank you for letting me know about the canceling.
All right, bring it on.
I cut the turn too wide. Yeah, I had it. I was doing well. I really was. Okay. On the last lap, last trip, yeah, it was. This was a perfect run outside of that, and I had a feeling it was gonna happen.
Emergency alert. Emergency alert.
What?
Prepare to repel.
Whatever, bro. Oh.
Repeat. Emergency.
I changed my mind. I don't like it. It's alright. But, while we're here, like I was saying, Zero Gravity, better map design, in my opinion. As far as board design, I'm not going to give it to Zero Gravity at all. I'm actually going to give it to Sonic Freeriders, as controversial as that may sound. Only because it's simple, the boards look nice, and I just fell off again. It's simple, the boards look nice, and it's really just... I'ma just... That's what I get for saying Freeriders has my favorite board design. I deserve that. Sorry. I apologize. Truthfully. But like overall board design, I think Free Riders has the best. They look a little smaller, and of course you have like a little, yeah, that's fair, that's fair. But just to hammer home the point real quick, they have like a little boosters or whatever that determine your type, which is cool. But I still think type should be strictly to the character, because then you lose a lot of strategy. Okay, guess not. For a minute, I'll take your turbulence. Why not? How I'm clipping the walls. I'm clipping the walls, brother. What is going on here? Alright. Alright, piece of way. Let me lock in. Okay, I did that to myself. Do I even have a chance right now? Yeah, no, this might be a wash. Yeah, no, this might be a wash. That double hit at the beginning definitely screwed me over. I got it this time. They held me at gunpoint and took my first place. And they almost did it again. Holy no.
Prepare to repel intruders. Repeat. Emergency alert. Emergency alert. Prepare to repel intruders.
I got it though. I got it. Okay, not if they don't give me the rail. That's cool though. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. I understand it now. Okay, yeah. Knew I took that corner too fast. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that works. Okay. Don't want to get too comfortable just yet. Especially considering how many people are behind me right now. Level 3 though, so that's a plus. Camera and stuff, really though. Yeah, okay. That's hearing that and then actually seeing it and like acknowledging what was going on definitely did help. So thank you for that. But I feel like that can also like kind of be a what the. I feel like that can also be a detriment, no? Brother in Christ. I need him to fall. 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 He's not gonna fall. Oh no. No, 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 no. I'm in first. I saved it. 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 Holy shit. Yeah, that's it. Wow. Legitimately just 1 second apart. 1.2 seconds, no, 1.02 seconds. Holy, okay. But yeah, the boost lasting that long seems kind of like a detriment, or do you have an active hitbox the entire time?
Even without wings, I can still fly. Right? are you, Eggman?
Don't worry, man. If you are curious, the VOD will be up on YouTube, so feel free to just come back and watch it. I appreciate it if you do.
Darn.
He pulled Amy out of a bush.
Now then, just be a good hedgehog and stay still.
Now! Can you catch the wind?
Okay. So no, that meant like more so, can people still hit you when you're in the longer boosting state? So of course you have your initial to where you hit folks. You text it. Oh,
I'm here.
there we go. Answered it perfectly. Makes sense then. Makes sense. Putting an emphasis on collecting rings for those that have
Hey,
level 2.
catch! What?
Relay looking crisp. I appreciate it. Don't know if I like it though. I like the
I lost.
neon
So
nighttime
don't
city
play
kind of.
games with me. I don't
Hey, switch
want
it
your
out.
pity.
We'll see what
Nor
happens.
do I need it.
What? Are you crazy? If they don't want it, then let's take it. Treasure is treasure.
Is lost to the internet. Like I said, the VOD will be up, so free to come back and watch it.
I think it's time to leave now. Tails?
Yeah. Sonic!
Amy?
How could you dive into Eggman knowing I was there?
Well, Amy, I thought it'd be okay with you, and,
Like Knuckles is bored and Tails bored. They look kind of garbage. Honestly. Even better for characters like this. Ah, true. True. So like, I'm assuming Sonic, Shadow doesn't have it. Tails has an AoE, so if Tails has a level 1 and 2. Rightfully so, Amy is Amy. Or is Tails a level 3, level 2 and... Hop into the Babylon.
Hey, boss! We've got some major trouble!
Storm, at least learn to knock before entering a room.
What's this? Oh, is this?
yeah, that's when I took over things for my father.
So is this the key to the fabled Babylon Garden?
I wonder, could it be true? Could our ancestors have left behind hidden treasures that's just waiting to be discovered? If you get your greasy little hands on this, you'll probably use it in some crazy experiment of
So how
yours.
important
Oh,
is
come on, I only want to look
character
at it.
selection and then
You
stage
always
or
say you
track
only want
selection?
this or that.
Like with
Remember
all
the
that,
teachings of our
all that includes.
ancestors.
So
Be
so your
careful what you
twos or
ask
your
for.
levels,
Ultimately, you'll only
stage
get
like shortcuts,
3
things like that.
true
How
wishes.
important is it
Oh,
in
be
this
quiet.
scene?
Why'd you burst in here anyway?
Well, an egghead? Egg salad? No.
Someone called Eggman wants to speak to you.
He told me that he has an interesting proposition for you.
Stop interrupting. Knock it off.
Am I interrupting anything?
So then, I heard you wanted to see me?
Are you Jet, the legendary rogue? Your reputation precedes you. I've heard so much about your infamous group.
Enough! What do you want?
Well, I heard a rumor that you have the key to Babylon Garden. Now, could this be true?
Huh? What's this key?
Really now? You don't have to be so distrusting. Are you aware?
No, he's been in the gym.
Not yet. The key to
You got those
Babylon
leg
Garden
implants.
is-
Huh. So let me get this straight. We just need to collect all these Chaos Emeralds, right?
So I'm
Sounds
assuming
easy.
there are stage
really think
bans
so?
if it's like any other
What do you
competitive.
mean?
Maybe just
Are
playing
you
fun in
saying
that.
the Babylon
Makes
rogues aren't
sense.
capable of stealing some puny emeralds?
But of course, if you have like the competitive
no, of course
knowledge,
not,
in
but
that
have you seen this character before? He's called Sonic and said to be the fastest creature on Earth. I've had many, many dreadful encounters with this pest.
He may be the fastest creature on the ground, but in the air, with me and my extreme gear, he's just a joke.
I don't think that required laughter.
Who will break out of the pack first?
I will say that the Babylon stages are a lot better than the hero stages, except for Dark Desert. Dark Desert is kind of lackluster in my opinion. I went the wrong way. It's okay though. Oh. This way. Cool. Thread the needle. I can't get that. It's okay though. Let that work.
Look at Wayne ride that turkey. It makes a nice landing. It makes a nice landing.
I thought I could make that. Guys, one more time. Hey, Dom, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, appreciate the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy yourself. Just playing some Sonic Riders, talking about all things racing. Song is, yeah. Mania has a very large and well-crafted song selection, I will say. Metallic Madness. Is it? I thought it was Titanic. It's either Metallic Madness or Titanic Mark. Oh. See if I can hit this again. I'll take the hit. It's fine. See, what other criticisms do I have of like Sonic
I
Riders
get it,
specifically?
okay? It just floats, and that's good enough for me.
Okay. Oh, it makes it Titanic Mark.
Sorry, but it's just
Makes a
too
lot of-
funny. Let's see. Huh? That gear's unusual.
Customized it myself.
This isn't half bad for an amateur. Still, you can never be too careful.
See, the
Well,
boards and
I never
Riders
imagined
just
anyone would enter the race
they're
with such
okay.
a piece of junk.
Death Metal. Okay. Sonic Mania is a great game, so I don't blame you.
Thanks, though. It was good for a laugh. See ya, shorty.
That is the power of emulation and widescreen support. Things just kind of pop into existence. Oh, so there's just like a set amount of stages that you can pick from. Interesting. So then how, okay, it's gonna be kind of a basic question, but how different is TE from DX? Like, is there differences just in the way things are structured in terms of the code and how characters play? Or is it more so like a, we have more things than the other guys kind of thing? Babylon Rose egotistical? Yeah, pretty much. They all think they're the best at what they do. Jet thinks he's the fastest, Wade thinks that she's like best mechanic, and then Storm is just kind of there. Every other person that they're not half bad. They're more so just cocky and annoying. which is why a lot of the Sonic crew just don't like them outside of the Riders things. Oh, I messed that up big time. But, you know, gotten Super Sonic and Mania, just haven't been able to beat this boss. So actually, real quick deviation, the secret boss in Mania, if you just like wait out their attacks initially, you can easily damage them as soon as, or like right before they go away and switch off. So it's like a matter of being patient and then you'll be alright. Yeah, 5 neutrals to pick from one game, and then all the stages hit Babylon Garden. Rightfully so, because once again, Babylon Garden sucks, but yeah. Yeah, the biggest thing with Mania, Marcus, is that, once again, just be patient with it and then kind of ram into them. Try not to use your dash attack, because I think that also wastes rings, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, Jake, Sonic and Jet, I like, their rivalry is nice, because I feel as though Jet is the only person to kind of just want beef with Sonic just to want beef, if that makes sense. Like, it's not rooted in anything like, oh, you look like me, or I'm from the future to kill you kind of thing. Not saying those rivalries with Silver and Shadow are bad, but I definitely feel as though just having no motivation to do something is kind of funny sometimes. Like, obviously Jet's not faster than Sonic in many capacities, but the one thing that he can challenge Sonic in is riding gear, even though Sonic kind of always wins, I believe. Yeah, see, and as Frontier said, the IDW Comics recently did like a super well done Riders arc. That is going to lead into something else, I think, this year, so keep an eye out for that in case
Sorry! Boss, the red dude beat me in the race.
Man, you really are worthless.
Boss, it wasn't my fault. He must have cheated. That's it. He must have used some special type of gear.
What? Are you implying that you lost because of my gear? No one can tune a gear the way I can. Accept it, buddy. It's not the board. Your skills just suck.
I know that Broken, I know that TE has what is it, Chaos to Call. They just got Emerald, if I'm not mistaken. So how well do, or how hard do those guys impact the game? Or is it just like, oh, these are more characters, you don't, they're not meta or anything?
Our colleague Eggman, he's gotta be hiding something. And you know, I don't like secrets, so I've got a job for you, Storm.
Sure.
I want you to sneak into Eggman's base and find out what he's hiding there. Make sure you look carefully.
You got it, boss.
Hey, before you go, bring something back, or don't return at all.
Yes,
Sonic's
sir.
best friend, Surge. But okay, so my issue with Surge is that Sonic has nothing to do with her outside of like expectations that were placed on her by Starline, you know, kind of thing. So like, she is a good rival, like she genuinely gives Sonic a run for his money, but it's kind of founded on nothing. And I know I just said that about Jet, but it's like her anger is misplaced a little bit, at least with someone who was in like a similar position as her with Silver. You know, just in terms of like motivation, like, oh, Sonic is the cause of all this, which isn't bad at all. But I feel like I need to see some more character development from her personally to really be like, you know what, this is the Sonic rival I need. But she's a good character just on her own. I like her personality. And TE also sees updates about DX. Yeah. I wasn't sure which one to go with. I just know I'm familiar with DX because I've installed it in the past. Oh, brother, it's not hitting the wall. I've installed DX in the past, and that's just like what I knew. So kind of went with the comfortable route, but I'll definitely give TE a tryout because you're talking it up to like a very good game overall, especially with the balance patches and whatnot. It's good that the devs are like, hey, let's tackle this while we're thinking about it, kind of thing. Yeah, exactly, Frontier. I feel like Surge's character arc is going to be like well done enough to the fact that a lot of people are going to begin, I did that jump terribly. Where a lot more people are going to be like, you know what, I can see this being my favorite Sonic character. characters added. New characters. Okay. Yeah, I know that Emerald has the his ability is a little confusing. Like you bump into somebody and then you get their trait. How was that even implemented, if you know? The rest of Sonic, it's JP Sonic, and separate into JP as a whole. Hold on, finish me. Just 1 second. A lot of tough corners in. Oh, bro. That's okay. All right. Whole entity on its own, different continuity. It's I've never seen a Stark. Oh well, they're like differences in terms of like how they think the continuity is. Yeah, no, of course. I think it mainly stems from people being like the Japanese dialogue is different from the English dialogue, and I know that happened in Frontiers as well. So I know that there was what was it? I think it was something about the Ancients or the Chaos Emeralds. They were like, okay, well, it's a Japanese game. It came out in Japan first, that kind of thing. So this has to be like the mainline continuity of what they meant, when it's really just like Western translation. From what I understand, I don't see it that way. I just see it as something that happened, like a mishap that happened. You know. And then as for TE, so far, Metal Blaze. Oh, but they've made Blaze playable. Okay. Yeah, so Hatsune Miku. 7 more. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to tap in with TE for sure. I'm assuming they have like the base, not the base, but they have Super Sonic, Super Shadow as well. Yeah, somewhat.
Huh? Hey, Jet!
She got sped up Frontier. Jet hit her with the 2 times mode on her.
Bother? Unless I take charge, nothing ever gets done here.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. It's like the differences between the two. I feel like it's just mistranslation over mistranslation. So I don't think they should be considered as separate continuities. I think they should just be their own, not their own. I think they should just be taken as like a unanimous kind of thing, with like, hey, the team just didn't have communication in this one aspect, and that's okay. Thought I didn't make that. Oh, I didn't make it. Okay, that's fine. I jumped way too early. Oh, brother. What, where am I? Okay, couldn't make that. That's okay. Oh, brother, I'm getting cooked. Getting absolutely cooked. Carmo's gonna works. Second. Not meant to take that rail, I guess. Probably the type of affected with. Oh, being in someone's slipstream. Also, really just any, I mean, that's very Emerald-like. Any interactions are going to cause him to become that racer, essentially. So that takes a lot of strategy, I can imagine. Should have the remote click. Yeah, he got the remote click on it. You know, he's the leader, so he has to. 200 localizations. I actually don't know who the team is that handles that. You bring up a very valid point. Yeah, I'm not meant to take that. Okay. I'm sure they have like a specific in-house department that handles it, if I had to take a guess. But no, that was only Super Sonic. Tails? Oh, they gave Tails a super form in TE. Okay. What's this? Does Metal turn into Neo Metal? Or is it just Super Metal from... Super Metal's like... Wait, is it Neo Metal?
Boss! Sorry to keep you waiting for me.
How'd it go?
Take a look at this, boss.
Gimme.
No, Sonic Riders weren't that deep for the community, but I'm glad that people were making mods.
Is this?
What is it?
It's an entry in Eggman's diary. It's
Gotcha.
about the Babylon treasure from our ancient ancestors.
I got those bird brains to believe that Babylon treasure was just a gem. I can't believe they fell for it.
What fools! Can you believe the real treasure is the ancient but
Lastly.
advanced technology of the
So,
Babylonians? What
In your
irony!
excuse me, in your
I found
opinion,
a
which
story
mod does it
about a
better,
boy
DX
who
or
received
TE?
an angel wing from the Babylonians as a gift. The story says that with it, the boy was able to rule the world. And this was just a gift. I'm anxious to find this technology as soon as possible. Imagine the vast possibilities of the technology they must have kept for themselves.
Oh, man. I guess it's not a gem after all.
Oh well. Guess this was just a wasted effort. Too bad, really. I haven't the slightest interest in world domination or advanced technology.
Hey, wait a second, okay, Jet? While Eggman may not look smart, he is. He has an IQ of 300 after all.
How does she...
If he's interested in this technology, it must have value.
Are you saying there's profit in this?
Think about it. It may be more valuable than finding silver or gold.
Why'd you do that? I was just having this great daydream.
Come on, Jet. It's time to go back to the race.
All right, let's finish this. Then we'll finally get the treasure of Babylon.
Yeah, Dark Desert, not my favorite. I do like the multipaths. I feel like if it was structured better, like at the very start, because you're literally just dropping down into the main section. I feel like if that was a little different, it would be a tad bit better. I missed that jump, but it's okay.
He failed to land correctly. Losing momentum.
So like here, for example, you can choose to take the rail or you can go on one of the side paths. And it's like, that's great. That's great design. But it only lasts for one room and that's it. Oh, you're a dev on TE? Oh, okay, so that, yeah, you're like TE, of course. So it makes sense. And then, however, I still think some of DX... Oh, let me focus. Wait a minute. Some of DX is like, oh, okay. Yeah, I like that approach, you know? You're like, of course, my project or the project I've helped work on is going to be my option, but there's value in both. And then letting the user choose for themselves which one you think, or which one they think is better. Respect that. Oh, boy. Sick level. This one. It is sick level design. I like it, but only this room. Everything else is kind of just, you know? What do I think about IDW Sonic Philosophy, about second chances? I feel as though when it comes to capturing Sonic's identity, IDW does it well, personally. But I do want to see sometimes like a more serious Sonic. Like we had the Metal Virus arc, which is always going to be a point of reference for a lot of people. Like, okay, Ian Flynn knows how to write, and he does. I'm not detracting from anything Ian has done, because I do think he's a good writer and understands Sonic. But Archie Sonic, as edgy as he may have been, was just a tad bit better, and I would love to see more serious moments. I understand that we can't always have like angry Sonic, but some more of those would be nice to see, personally, you know? So that's my stance on IDW, Jake. It's good, but could be better, basically. Sonic should have learned his lesson at Tinker. Yeah, he should have. He should have. And I don't know why he didn't. Just to like touch on the IDW stuff. Focus it. I don't know why that wasn't like a wake-up call for him. And how many people have like tried to goad him. Hold on, the crowd is actually. How many people tried to like goad him into becoming a little more angry about things? But I guess we have to have the moral high. Someone be the moral high ground, and is. So it's like you can't have your cake and eat it too. Fortunately. But even if I'm a dev, I'm not just gonna better. That wouldn't be fair. Yeah. No. 100%. It's like there's always more to learn, more to do, that kind of thing. So it's like keeping your mind open is pretty much a way of life that a lot of people should adopt. Once again, I respect you, someone who on a project like T, being able to be like, you know what? I get it. I like what we do, but there's always more taught.
Knuckles, now's not the time to fight.
Smart thinking. Let's get out of here. Forget the red mutt. Let's go, Storm.
Did she say red mutt? Why you?
Hey, Knuckles, wait for me!
I will say that Sky Road is a good stage, though. It's basically just rehashed Babylon Garden, but I do like diverging paths. Go, where is it? I think after the jet, you have two options whether you want to go above or below, depending on how you trick. So like the beginning looks the absolute same, but you'll quickly find out that it's not all that it's cracked up to be. Similarities. And I can just fall off too, that's also an option. I will say the turns on this one are a lot more harsh though, at least at the start. Oh no, okay, so it's before the rocket. There's a path up there that you can trick up to. Okay, this is not gonna be my run. I'm just gonna hit one of these quick. Don't mind that. They made it work at the end with Scrapnik Island, but I even Sonic Static. Yeah, there should. Yeah, I agree with you. There should definitely be progression for someone like Sonic. Like he doesn't need to, I don't know, lose his entire family kind of thing. But I feel like he should learn from the mistakes that have continuously. I'm not gonna get that term. He should learn from the mistakes that have continuously plagued him and made everyone else's lives like worse. Because the Metal Virus was genuinely something that people were angry with him about, and they're still angry like to this day. Of course, Shadow made a mistake in doing what he did, but it's like, come on, man, you let this guy. I don't want to say you let him live. That sounds terrible to say about a comic book character. And at the end of the day, Sonic is always going to be aimed towards children and making sure they can enjoy the products as well. But I didn't make that. But I feel like some consideration should be taken into account for the older readers, because Marvel and DC have, of course, killed off their characters for like a limited amount of time. But I understand Sega mandates and blah blah blah. This, that, and the third. Giant Turbulence was. Okay, so there's no longer a top path when you jump off of that ramp I just jumped off of. What you're saying? I'm not gonna get really short. Yeah, no, the game is extremely short, but that's how they get you. You know, they got to make sure more people play it. I didn't trick. I'm so glad I didn't fall off. Speaking and DC. Have you seen it? Yes, I've seen it. I've seen a couple of panels. I have not read it for myself because I really want to pick it up. That's probably going to be at some point. That was a long-lasting attack. Ooh, okay, sure. I haven't picked it up yet, but I do want to do that eventually. So it'll probably be, if not sometime this weekend, then maybe next week. That was terrible. Yeah, mods remove pop out balance, but yeah, it was kind of broken. It's kind of hard to get to if it's your first time playing though, so it's like give and take kind of thing. Yeah, I feel like Surge should have been more of a talking point than she was. Like, he understands what happened to her and everything, but like after the metal virus, you should be taking no chances at all.
I don't want your pity, nor do I need it.
What? Are you crazy? If they don't want it, then let's take it. Treasure is treasure. Come on, let's get out of here.
Okay, let's go.
Digital Dimension and the Babylon Guardian, some of my favorite tracks throughout the entire trilogy. Like, Riders and Zero Gravity have a lot of good music, especially their theme songs, but Digital Dimension and Babylon Guardian, top of the line. Top of the line. Then again, I'm like a sucker for synths and EDM, house, all that good stuff, so.
What? Finally, something interesting.
I don't think there's any significant difference between the two versions. I know a lot of people do prefer the GameCube version though, because you know the controllers are a little to work with. So you know, instead of your twin sticks, how you have on the PS2 where they're both aligned, you really just have this and all your all of your main buttons right there.
Hurry up!
But no, aside from that, there's no like stark differences in terms of quality or anything like that. Not to my knowledge.
Whoa, what's this?
I wish bosses in these games were a little. They're between. I mean, Metal Sonic and Free Riders isn't really. That's just another race. But the I don't know what the name of the what you call it. Is this a remix of Big Arm? The boss from Zero Gravity is a little more involved, but this one is literally just Baby Park from Mario Kart and then hitting something. And the fact that people can take your hit is just insane. Oh, there is. PC and Xbox having the worst port. I know that the PC port has had some issues. I know the Xbox was also an issue taker there. I'm assuming that's why the standard is just the GameCube conversion, or GameCube version broken. Oop. This is a remix of Big Arms from Sonic 3, or as Sonic 3 and Knuckles, in case you're particular about that. Frontier. No, and that's the boss right there, so it's like, I get it. They can't really make a distinct boss for a game like this, but whoever gets the 3 hits and then finishes the race kind of just wins. Yeah, I figured. From controls to just optimization, it seems like. Not surprised why many people use this version. Yeah, that's the one. But continuing on the trend, not the trend, conversation, just like Riders as a whole and why this one is like so beloved versus the other two. Obviously, Free Riders is the whole thing, but I feel like Sonic Riders is one of those games that when it clicks, it just clicks. That's why so many people like it. It should.
Too awestruck by the
I forgot he
treasure to
pulled
notice
a
me,
Glock in
eh?
this game.
Now hand over the treasure.
But it's like one of those things where once it makes sense, kind of like math. Once it makes sense, you're just excited to give it a try. And I feel as though, and Roken, you can probably attest to this, why so many people have downloaded like, you know, the mods for Sonic Riders or just playing Sonic Riders again.
What is this thing?
I have a question.
A piece of cloth?
Ooh, the other localizations. I know Sonic CD is one. Because mainly because it calls Amy Princess Sally. I actually just did a video on the names of Sonic. Curious, check that out, Jake. So Sonic CD, I think Sonic, I want to say, with like the history of Dark Gaia. And
amazing.
I,
The carpet's rich texture is a sight to behold, and the way it
I think that
feels
might
is
be
extraordinary.
maybe Sonic
Something such
Forces,
as this could only
possibly,
have been created in
but for
Babylon.
sure CD,
Undoubtedly, this carpet will
Unleashed,
be in high demand from all around
and then
the
Frontiers,
world.
like I said. Pretty sure
What's
those are
this?
three.
No way. I went to the trouble of holding the World Grand Prix for
It is the
for
Aladdin card.
this?
Let me show you the
I
World
can't
Frontier.
believe I just
Go to all-
wasted my time for this piece of junk.
What's this? Good eyes. Didn't think you'd spot it for a second, Shorty, but you did.
Hey, what are you talking about?
This isn't just a piece of fabric.
Right. Take a look at the material. It's the same stuff we use for our extreme gear.
Also, is it just me or do their mouths seem a bit like stiff? You know, the rider stories are really just, hey, there's this thing, let's race to see who gets it first, and then that's it.
Not
That's
sure,
is
but
every
maybe
single
it's a
time.
prototype gear.
But it's really just
That's
fun,
carpet.
you know?
I thought that those only existed in fiction. That's quite funny, actually. I never imagined that we Babylonians could be descendants of real genies.
Of the CGI ending. The budget once again got increased. Yeah,
So,
exactly.
this
Pretty
place?
much.
Yeah, the back of the carpet has more words of wisdom. It
God,
says
Eggman dead. Rest in
it was
peace, Bozo.
invented to allow Babylonians to travel all over the world to gather treasure. Some things never change, huh? But enough of this friendly banter, Sonic. You better make sure you're ready when we meet face to face once again. You bet.
It is,
Come on, Jet, it's time
but
to
it would be a
split.
lot more interesting if these characters showed up in things outside of just the Riders games. Like, obviously, we have the comics, of course. But actually, in Archie, they're pretty developed. The Babylon Rogues are pretty developed in Archie. They like, I don't want to spoil it, but essentially they leave their clan, who they thought were like members of the Babylon Rogues, but it's a whole historical context thing where they get betrayed by said clan, and then that's the whole reason they leave. But definitely give that whole like sub story a check out. And then apparently Beam the Dynamite is part Babylon Rogue, if my memory serves me correctly.
For now,
Guide from Carpet.
I'll be back. Sonic the
Yeah,
Hedgehog.
exactly. But I know that certain games just have spin-off characters. Like Waluigi from Mario is just like a spin-off character. Oh yeah, 100%. Because actually, these two, Jet started off as actually not even started off. His silhouette is just Sonic's, but in reverse. Obviously, he has more like quill thingies. But let me see if I can add in a white hat. So this is Sonic's, right? And then I'm gonna add in quick. So Sonic and Jets, right? Hopefully you can all. I'm blocking my. Look at how they're stanced up. So Jet has his arms right there, obviously. Sonic has his arm right there. They're both in the same stance when placing their other hands. And then if I overlap Jet with Sonic, you see? See? Now if I do one of those, they're pretty much like one-to-one. And apparently that was intentional. I found this out a couple of weeks ago. But it was to like subconsciously hammer home the fact that these two are rivals. And let me see if I can like there we go. So this is when they're perfectly lined up. So boom, that one fits that one. This one fits Sonic's middle quill, and then this bottom one fits bottom quill. Obviously Sonic has 6 quills, but that's besides. Just in terms of how they look, and then their inverted colors. So green eyes, green hair, blue eyes, blue hair. The glasses could have been a little more of the same, but that's okay. But yeah, the only like real difference is the shoes and the tattoos, if we're talking about in terms of how they look cosmetically. Of course, ears, but you know. So interesting fun fact for everyone. That was the case for the design of Jet. This is the last campaign, but there's a few extra stages that we can play, and I might do some of the missions since those are fun too. So go ahead and get that started. Let's see. Oh yeah, Frontier, my favorite Sonic character. If we're gonna choose Sonic characters outside of Sonic, honestly, Knuckles. Knuckles is underrated. He's in my top 3. I would say Knuckles, Shadow, and I really like Blaze. Knuckles, Shadow, and Blaze. Art style of Sonic Riders. The Phantom Rider did kind of have like the Sonic Riders, the OG Sonic Riders aesthetic. I wish they like shaded him some more in panels though. That would be nice. A solid pick. I appreciate it. Like that Sonic. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like they're quite literally just the inverse of each other. And I wish there was a little more like layover when it comes to Sonic being a hedgehog and Jet being a hawk. Like I feel like they could have chose animals that were a little more distinct, not distinct, a little more similar. But then again, you have Knuckles, who's a echidna, and echidnas and hedgehogs are kind of similar. They're like offshoots of porcupines, so you know. Yeah, the shading, exactly. Indeed. Yeah, the whole echidna thing in the comics is something, unfortunately, but it's been retconned. For a lot of people, it's like just stuck in their top 3 is Metal Sonic, Silver, and SPO. Solid lists. I think Metal Sonic would be in my top 5. And then same with Silver. SPO, I used to be super into SPO back in my Sonic Hero days, like when I first got the game. Even though the Chaotix missions were a little bit of a pain in the ass to do. I always thought it was cool how he could like stay on the wall when Sonic and Shadow had to keep bouncing in order to get a triumph. Oh no, mission mode is broken? Okay, well then we'll play through the extra stages then. That's okay. Sonic, Shadow, and Metal Sonic. Hey, nothing wrong with the tried and true list. All of them have hype moments, so I'm not even mad. Is there a... Let's see. Okay, so we'll do the extra stages real quick. Let me call a quick timeout. Let me go use the bathroom for like 2 minutes, and I'll be right back. Now I'm back. Standing. Shout out the standing desk. Let's see. Middle is deeply underrated, but he got the short end of the stick, mainly because of Sonic Heroes. After Sonic Heroes, he's just a side character at this point, unfortunately. It really sucks because he has so much potential. IDW did that thing where it's like Sonic Heroes 1.5, excuse me, where they just kind of redid the story of that game, but with all the characters, of course. So I hope that he does get to shine some light on just what kind of character he is in the future, because that would be nice. That would be nice. Let me go back. There we go. I don't know. Kind of basic. Yeah, Interjack was a super sweet villain. Super sweet villain, in my opinion. And I wish that was explored just a little bit more than, but of course the reboot happened. That stuff, the reissuing. Favorite boss fight in the series? That's a tough one. I feel like the easy answer is the Titans, but I don't want to go for that. I would say... honestly, I'm gonna say the final boss of Secret Rings, just because you can beat the ever-loving hell out of that man, and it takes some skill. It's like a bullet hell, but mixed with a combat scenario, like the combat of Secret Rings. So I think that's like maybe not my favorite, but it's the most memorable for me because it's the first one that popped into my head. The other one would have to be probably one of the Knights of the Round Table fights from Sonic and the Black Knight. Honestly, those are pretty solid. And then if we're talking like mainline games, I feel like you can't go wrong with Egg Dragoon from Sonic Unleashed. That's a pretty fun one. It's a pretty fun one. Also, my bad. He did become Master Overlord. He did become Master Overlord. Let's play Heroes. I didn't want to play PS2 PS2 version of Heroes is abysmal. Just play the GameCube version if you can. It's a lot better. A lot better. Yeah, okay, so yeah, he did become Master. Mine is either Shadow or from Sonic CD. True. The CD fight was Revolution, say. And then Shadow, of course, from Gens is pretty solid. I wish you did a little bit more than just boosting. That's my only gripe. That's fair. I mean, the Silver one could be considered a race, kind of, sort of, too. I didn't know Silver was that fast until we got to Generations. It'd be like that. Also, who do you guys want to see me play here? You see the list of characters we have, so if there's anyone in particular want me to go ahead and play? Let's cast some votes. I'll let you guys pick my rider and my board. Okay, got one for Shadow. Who else we got? There's like 3 or 4 races that we have for the extra stages, so you know we can go ahead and do whatever. Okay, so Shadow, Chaos, we'll go ahead and do that. Shadow, Chaos, Amy. Okay. Jake, did you have any requests for who you want me to play as? Right now we got 3 folks ahead of you. Go ahead and start with the Shadow Kit. I hope they don't just, die off. Big being playable would be fire, I would say. But yeah, hopefully the IDW characters just don't go the way of the Dodo Bird. I feel like it would be such a waste. These are very high resolution textures. Holy hell. Actually, we'll use the skates. We haven't used any skates this entire play. If I'm not mistaken, I did activate the pretty sure I did. Okay. Yeah, Sonic Riders came out earlier the same year that 06 came out, if memory serves correct. Oh, that is not where I wanted to go, but you know, can't win them all. Yeah, we know how 06 turned out. The 06 is fire though, so if you haven't tapped into that, I would definitely do so. Oh, come on. IDW characters points of Crossworlds. Okay, so let's actually get into the Crossworlds conversation because I have a lot to say about that, and I hope I'm not wrong about anything that I'm going to say about it. But yes, I hope the IDW characters do show up because that would be goated. When it comes to them though, I think if we're talking percentages, there is a 40% chance they show up, right? Because right now there is a lot going on, but the biggest case for them is definitely the writer's arc that just took place. I just realized those textures in the background. But the reason why I say 40% is strictly because not everyone knows the comics, and a big point of contention for a lot of folks is that like, oh, who is this character? Like, why are they in this game? I don't want to touch them. But then on the flip side of that, you have a lot of people that get introduced to characters because of because of spin-off games. So it's like, why would you not want that? You know? But a lot of people are just like, no, don't do that because it'll ruin just whatever their reasoning is, they just don't want it. But it seems like in general there's hate towards 2000 Sonic was not the best to a lot of folks, but it's all based on nostalgia and if you like that kind of thing. Oh, that was fast. I like the 2000s era, but I was growing up in that era, so that's also my kind of thing for it. But when it comes to Crossworlds, I hope the roster is expansive, but not to like a cartoony amount. We'll replay the Guardian. Let's do Egg Reverie. So Shadow, Chaos and Skates. I can put Chaos and Skates. That's actually kind of. I'm gonna use Mystic Room. Oh, another MVC2 player. Okay, mess with it. But yeah, Crossworlds. I hope the roster is like expansive but not bloated, because then you get choice paralysis and the stats are probably gonna like, oh hey, everyone's just playing, I don't know, Cream because she's overpowered, and that would fit within lore, you know, kind of thing. So I feel like it should be a nice like base roster, and then add in characters who people relatively know, and then maybe like 4 or 5 that people don't know, at least to start off with. Because I'm sure the first like year of DLC is going to be adding those big names like Joker from Persona. Then you have the guys from Yakuza. I not catch up with this. And just people like that from other Sega franchises. That's probably going to be the biggest one. Maybe an IDW character here or there with like Tangle or Whisper, but I don't see much. Yeah, Chaos and Skates is crazy. I don't see much outside of that. God damn you, Sonic. The thing is, yeah, those characters do deserve to be in games because they're just good characters, but not a lot of people know them because they're relegated to strictly comics, you know? I think the average amount of people that like read comics is less than 20%, I want to say. Don't quote me on that. I know it's a very small number because of the way that the comics industry has kind of been fighting for its life over the past 10 years. So, get out of my way. That's a very nice attack. I like that. Hello. Yeah, MVC3 is probably my favorite tag fighter, I will say, at least until 2XKO comes out. I'm no good at MVC2, especially since I played it after MVC3, and the controls are vastly different, so, you know, Tangle was mentioned in Frontiers. It is Doomsday music though. But yeah, Tangle was mentioned in Frontiers, and that confused a lot of folks as well, mainly because one, not everyone got that dialogue, and two, they were like, oh, this is just kind of random. What is it doing here? I like this too. I'll just leave it as base. And then after Chaos, who was it? Amy? I'm gonna put Amy in some skates. Are there any pink skates or no? Oh no, put Amy on a bike. Long hair Amy? Actually, let's do Super Amy. Let's do Super Amy. Fuck it, let's do Super Amy. But as far as like hopes and wishes for Cross Worlds, I feel like everyone should kind of mitigate like what they expect. I messed that up so bad. They should mitigate what they expect from the game, but not in a bad way. It's at the end of the day going to be a racer, and it's incorporating a lot of elements from the previous titles that have been in Sonic's like racing history. So I haven't seen many people comment on it, but one of the riders gear that they use, aside from Jet's hoverboard, is actually a riding board from Sonic Free Riders. I think it's like the second one that Sonic is in, the yellow one, the like yellow, and I missed that. And I know it's the one from Free Riders because it has more of an oval shape. So it's like, okay, cool. They haven't forgotten Free Riders completely because that game has some good ideas. The execution wasn't good, but it had some good ideas, you know? But because they're incorporating so much from all over the place, it's probably going to be bare bones in gameplay. But when it comes to strategy and filling out those slots with, like, I think they're called the, not the gears, but the, what is it called? Those, like, adjustments they have that you have to, like, fill up with certain amounts of, what you call it? I forgot. Skill points, maybe. Anyway, I feel like a lot of people should be more wary about that. Okay. Should be more wary about that instead of wondering if X character is going to get in, because the game has to be good in order for characters to get in. Yeah, so the Super Sonic is just, oh wait, Super Amy is speed and power? No. Super Sonic just means that you get the Chaos Emeralds, so pretty much it. But according to Rokan, you can actually go on different paths, so you can go on different paths. I always thought it was just like a nice cosmetic thing, but the more you know. So are the Chaos Emeralds just broken in every mod, Rokan? I know you said the meta is, you know, it's not super defined, it's kind of balanced all over the place. But I can assume that the more types you have, the more power that's better for you. Or the more power. The more types you have, the more routes that are open to you, and that makes it a good thing. That is a tight turn. We have, I think, 2 stages, one more stage. 2. Alright, who wants to pick this character for the stage? Character and board, or character and board type. So you have boards, skates, bikes. So give me a character and give me a board type. Oh, there's no way that II is not appearing in Cross Worlds. Basically, I'm pretty sure that Knights, Riala, Ulala, honestly, and Samba de Amigo is the monkey in skates. And Samba de Amigo, or Amigo, I guess is his name. They're most definitely gonna pop in. Amigo is our, yeah. Makes sense. Yellow monkey, yellow skates, banana. I'll do Eggman on a bike after this. Yeah, there's no way like the old school Sega IPs aren't making it in. There's absolutely no way in hell. Especially since I think the quoted roster is at like 30 right now, I want to say. I charged that way too long. Oh, okay, secret path. Also, I've never played Space Channel 5 a day in my life. Oh, that's it? Rather fun. Super Monkey Ball is fun, but it's actually a lot more difficult than a lot of people give it credit for, honestly. I have Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, the one that dropped not that long ago, and I'm stuck on, I don't even know, I want to say it's like the 5th world and the 2nd stage. Why am I charging so early? I wanted to take the power path, but I guess it's oh, this is a longer stage. One of the longer stages. But who does everyone have as like a roster hope for Crossroads? I know we already talked about the IDW characters, but are there any third-party guests or just regular Sonic characters? Sonic characters you think you guys want? If I had to pick one, I know Silver Blaze and then, but I'm hoping that we get. Who would even be a good pick? They're not gonna add in. I don't think anyone from Blaze is gonna. Actually, they might. They might add in people from Blaze to me, especially since it's cross world. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I hope they add in like one of the characters from Sonic Rush Adventure, preferably Johnny, just because it'll be funny to see him back. But I know that's like a pipe dream and a half. So there's two. I know there's Kiryu, and then there's the other guy with the afro. I don't know what his name is. I've not played Yakuza, even though I have the game. Let's do. I'm gonna play Eggman on the bike. Let's do Eggman. You can put Eggman on a gear?
Do you think you can beat me?
Saying seeing Maria in a car would be absolutely insane. But to be fair, we do have Giganto as a car, like as a whole car from Sonic Frontiers. So there's also that. There's also that. It would traumatize Shadow as well, especially everything he just had gone and Shadow Generation.
Do you think you can beat me?
Kiryu with that. Right? That's what I'm saying. Incredibly hilarious to see that. But I feel like they're definitely going to add at least one of the Persona protagonists. Probably Joker, since that's like the one that everyone knows. But considering there's probably going to be a, I could have made that. There's probably going to be a Persona 4 remake soon, according to some Twitter things I saw recently. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay. I'm sure that took a lot of time to do, to even code in. I'd take this flight pad. I'd take that. Also, I can't tell if that clicking sound is the bike or if it's... I'm pretty sure it's the bike. Oh. Don't look at that trick. Don't look at that. I had a feeling. God, okay. He would, but I feel like unless they do him like how they did the Chow and Crossworlds, he's just gonna be inside Big's car, most likely. Seeing Eggman on the flight path is extreme. Eggman Land, I'm trying to ask. Yeah, Eggman Land is probably my favorite stage in the series. I used to hate it as a child, as anyone, but like Werehog included, it's probably my favorite stage. Simply because Big would be the cars crazy, I must say. Just because of how much challenge it offers. Like there hasn't been, I hate to sound like an old head, but there hasn't been a Sonic stage that's challenged me in like years. I guess if you want to count Radical Highway from Shadow Generations, then sure. But as far as stages that, yeah, as far as stages that have like had me sweating bullets, even to this day, it's very, very rare. Very, very, very rare. Unfortunately. So, oh, I thought I was in last place, but I'm about to overlap somebody. The Werehog parts can be a little frustrating, I'll give you that. But it's one of those things, once again, kind of like Sonic Riders, you just gotta take your time and like try to learn thing. But the combos do, the extra combos do help as well. Let's do... We'll consider that. Do Broken, to your knowledge, is there a way to increase the difficulty by any chance? Or do you know? Because we could do World Grand Prix. Nope. Okay. Well, we'll do one World Grand Prix, and then we'll go ahead and switch on over to Zero Gravity for a bit. I've never played Reager, not never, but I've only tapped into Reager. I say that the mod for Gravity, Zero Gravity. But we'll switch to that, and then we'll kind of learn together. See what that. We just did the Babylon one, so let's just go back to the. Any way to get challenged to play against people? Yeah, I figured. All right, for this last set of races, who's gonna be my character? Give me a character, and then we'll do board type. I actually like this version of Open Your. It's kind of solid. Sometimes I don't always want to hear the blaring guitar and the, but it's nice. It's like elevator music. Pedal on skates. Okay. I feel like that matches up. Hold on, what's the turning ability? Perfect. Metal Sonic and Metal City. Oh, brother. Almost had it. Metal Sonic, please. I see what they mean by high turning ability. Holy shit. I'm like slightly moving the stick and I'm going left and right. I don't really need to drift it, it's like basically. Oh. Let me go on the ramp. I guess choosing these skates was actually the right move because I'm getting some kind of challenge here, just based on my movement alone. Oh. I'll get it eventually. Take that top path. I'm a liar. Don't mind me, I'm a liar. Made it. Get out of my way, please. Nobody challenged. Yeah, so kind of how things work out in this match right now. Okay. I'm trying to, but the high turning ability is getting to me. I'm still good first, though. I'm still good first. Watch, watch, watch. I lied. I lied. No, I didn't. I'm not a liar. Put it on record. But yeah, it's like I slightly move this and it just boots me off in the other direction. Learning curve, but that's what I'm here. Okay. Flash Canyon. Oh, this one is gonna. This one is this one. This one. See it? Take this. Couldn't make it, but that's okay. Oh. I think I can take that. Oh, there is a relic. Fun fact, I did not know how to grind on rails as a child. I should have just looked at the instruction manual, but it took someone telling me like a year later, hey, this is how you actually grind and then jump from rail to rail. And then that's the, from that point on is where I got all the extra stages and that fun stuff. Didn't unlock Supersonic. I actually didn't get Supersonic until like Zero Gravity. It's because the missions in that game were a little bit easy. And then to grind, all you have to do is jump on the rail like one time. You didn't have to press A again. But it seems to be a theme within Sonic games. They don't really teach you how to play, unfortunately. They've gotten a little bit better at it. Kind of too hand-holdy, but you know, you can't have your cake and eat it too. I almost fell off. Hello, Tails. Hi, Tails. Take this way. It's fine. Yeah, oh man, especially the DLC version is what I'm assuming you're talking about. Yeah, you have to like air dodge and then homing attack it, but I'm surprised they never patched that out. It was genuinely frustrating. I had to watch a whole YouTube video on how to do it. Oh. Not at all. So frustrating, but I mean, most people figured it out. But honestly, it was not as frustrating as the Master Coco trials. Even on easy mode, those were 400 rings is not enough to take out all those titans. You have to perfect cycle every single one of them. Like if you don't get a good cycle on Giganto, you're pretty much screwed for Wyvern because of how long attacks take for that guy. Also, this is from Sonic and the Secret Rings, but is it the castle or? Yeah, they should have made it a lot easier in terms of how to understand it. I get it. Their game, their choice. That. Oh, brother. Hit the place already. Almost at the top half. That's okay. Can't tell if this is Evil Foundry. I think it's Evil Foundry. I'll get it last round. Or I can clip through the floor at the very tail end. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You get it. My gameplay's not optimized because of the board I'm using or the skates I'm using, but it's okay. I still got the sauce. Okay, as I proceed to miss everything as I say that. You hate to see it. But welcome, Mr. George. How you doing? How's your day going? As you can see, playing some Sonic Riders, and we're just about to switch to a modded version of Zero Gravity, so stick around. Okay, I'm just not meant to get that rail. It's okay. I'll live life knowing that I'm not meant to. I was hoping you would fall off, but it's okay. Hey, Tails is actually keeping up slightly for a computer. I hate that Tropical Jungle in 06 is just what it is for Sonic. For literally everyone. Actually, no, Tropical Jungle kind of sucks as a stage in that. Do I make that? I do. Because Sonic, you have to escort the princess. Tails and Rouge. Silver and Rouge have the exact same stage, basically, with the same gimmick. It's like, okay, fellas, what are we doing here? Music is fire, though. Music is fire. There's a rail up here. Oh, you're kidding me, right? Yeah, music is always a selling point for a Sonic game. Even the ones that are terrible. I will say Sonic Forces has a decent soundtrack. Not my favorite, but it's up there. Oh, I don't know. Okay, hop on this one. Oh, whoa, whoa, wait a minute. Sonic Forces music is good. I especially like, what is it? Aqua Road. And I know that the variation that Sonic goes through is called something completely different, but I'm gonna call it Aqua Road Sonic's version. This bump is not my favorite theme, unfortunately. But Infinite's theme is fire. Look at that. Two birds. That's, ooh, wait a minute. Very similar stage to White Jungle. So that's, yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that, George. Make a valid point there. Also, did I just overlap them or are they actually behind me? Let's go to the right. Okay, I can make that concession. I can give you that. You make valid points, Jake. Okay. All sub 1 minute. Not mad at it. Oh no, that was Shadow that was right behind. Tails is lagging behind, but it's alright. I think next is the... Yeah, Sandy. I could have did that a little bit better. Pika Rings, go to soundtrack. having the music blare every single time you went to the main menu though is kind of, oh, I messed that up big time. Okay, that's cool. Okay, it's fine. I need a little bit of challenge. I'm making it harder on myself so much. Free air, I'll take it. I used to listen to Seven Rings in Hand and then Dreams of an Absolution, like on repeat, back to back, before I even had Spotify or anything like that. I would just go to YouTube, my phone, at school, and listen to it. Avoid. Oh, let's go this one actually. I didn't even know you can get up there. Okay. Okay. That's. I'm not meant to hit that. Eggman is ahead of me. Any more? I'll take it. Nice little reset with the pit stop. Not metal T-posing. Jump was terrible. Okay, yeah, I'm just not meant to do that. Oh, no, you're thinking of Sonic Free Riders. Sonic Free Riders was the one for the Kinect. That one had its fair share of issues, but it had a lot of good ideas in my opinion. And I was actually, I'm not sure if you were here when I was mentioning it, but Crossroads is actually taking some of the boards from Free Riders, so it's not totally forgotten. But yeah, that's the one that a lot of people don't like to talk about. They're like, yeah, Sonic Riders has 2 games, and that's it, nothing else. But most of the time, they were just played with either GameCube controllers or PS2 controllers if you got it for that console instead. Alright, so let's go ahead and switch to Zero Gravity. Sec. Go ahead and exit out of that. Sound set. Let's see. I just keep. Sweet. Alright, so Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. The controls for this one are extremely different. We can do a story mode. Let's do it. Start with the Babylon. Oh, gonna take us to the 2 heroes. Oh, I can choose. Wait, I can choose the story? Oh, that's why. The story for this game is a lot more convoluted, but not like by much. It's really just, hey, aliens kind of thing. Yeah, this one is modded as well. It adds basically it mixes riders, like OG riders and Zero Gravity together. So you have your boost back, you still have all the gravity thing, but you have a drift button as well. So you use a lot more of buttons So I think I saw that X is gonna be like the drift button. Y is your gear change button. And then L is gonna be how you do like your little dash. So there is that. Okay, so this is my first time like officially playing it through, so we'll see how it goes.
Are no longer responding to commands and are running amok all over the world.
Yeah, it's a fun game. It's a fun game. You know, not as involved as OG Riders, but it's fun.
Is this the meteor that fell last night?
Yeah, the sound of the impact woke me from my sleep, and I found it outside. We'll be at Megalo Station shortly.
The intro to this game is very cool to me. I think it's a lot better than OG Riders. Personally.
What should we do, Sonic?
That elevator!
What's up with
CGI is a huge improvement.
Are they the ones
It's
from
called
the
Sonic
movies?
Riders
Watch out.
Regravidified. I'll type it in chat actually.
Go! Brace yourself!
Sonic!
Like this intro just is everything. And then the way it like leads into the first
What's
race,
going on?
it's so
Is
cool.
this the stone's power?
Yeah, he just dove, right? But like look how it leads. This is only in the story mode. Like, look at that and tell me it's not amazing. Also, the reason why there's no computers in... Oh, there are computers here. Okay. So, the main thing with Regravidified, however you want to say it, you can charge your jump now. So you see that little thing behind me? That's me charging my jump. You can still grind and all that, but it's automatic now. So in Zero Gravity, initially you had to, like, build up rings in order to activate your characters like traits or whatever, and in this case you don't have to do that because everyone's type is just like back to being the way that it was initially. Let me actually go up here. Oh, I missed it. Okay, so Sonic can of course just go right there, and I'll show you what I mean by like you had to get rings in order to activate your different moves. So Stone inverts gravity. Yeah, correct. So Stone invokes gravity things. Let me see if I can get to like a drift point so I can show you. So I can charge my boost. I can't like do wild tricks all over the place. It's like once you go on the ramp, that's it. But let's see. Oops, there we go. I'll do it at this next turn. And this is me pressing my Y button, so that flashing thing up in the top left, I can just press that, and it will activate that gear change, which gives me like a whole bunch of different things. And then the gravity right here, you do that, aim to the left, and boom. That's one of the stone's abilities. And you kind of just go back automatically. Oop. But since you don't have, at least in OG Riders or OG Zero Gravity, you don't have like a dedicated drift button, you would use the gravity, so you just do one of those and then just boom, like that kind of thing. And then what else? You have your little dash boost, like I was saying before, but it lasts for a specified amount, so it's not too broken. Even though these shortcuts kind of take long sometimes. Like, I feel like, for example, that took way too long, but maybe that's just me. And you can cancel it, of course. But your gravity thing can also be used to go up, down, and all around. Not unless you hit a wall. Oh, I don't have any gravity gauge to do anything. Yeah. Stripped down game, but I still like it. And the music is pretty fire as well. gravity dive is like the most broken
Sweet.
speed mechanic you can have in this game, because it literally sends you just far and fast. Good comparison, yeah. Very future. I think this is a little more futuristic than OG Riders. But the story is still the same at its core.
They don't give a guy a break, huh?
We can't just stand around here.
Right. Whoa!
Guess who?
Amy? What are you doing here?
Fated lovers are always drawn together, silly.
Amy?
Okay, you got me. I was running away from those robots.
When I started, it was 12 p.m.
Hey.
California time, so PST. West Coast, baby.
What's that? The cause of all my troubles. I picked it up and those stupid robots came after me. So that's it. Those things must be after this stone.
I guess that settles it then. The key to solving
Like the
this
main
mystery
theme.
is Mediotech.
Hey, Sonic, we got
What
company.
happened, Frontier? Tell me what happened.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Are you on the East Coast? No, you must be. Are you in a different country, or are you on the East Coast? 4 p.m. It's not ST. ST is 3 hours ahead. You did say that earlier. I'm sorry. My apologies. My apologies. Amy's not that weird. They did her a little dirty, but you know, she's not that weird. I think she's much better written in IDW. Is the flying still the same? It is. It's inverted. Okay. Alright, let me show you guys the drift, like the actual drift that they implement. So before I couldn't do this, but if you press the X button, you can do a little like pseudo Sonic Riders OG drift. Yeah, just a little bit. I definitely like the way she's being ridden nowadays, though, between the games and the comics, of course. I will say I like the little mini games that going on these side paths gives you though. Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna take me. As far as Zero Gravity's like board designs, I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. I feel like they are good, but then you look at them and they look a little bulky. I actually don't remember how she was in Heroes. Heroes, they did her dirty though. I will agree with that. But I feel like in where is it? Sonic Battle. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Jake, Sonic Battle, she was a little off in terms of characterization. But that's why I know a lot of people like kind of dictate how these characters act, at least in terms of like when the game's released, and they correlate that to their ages. So to me, it seems like maybe she was just a little bit younger in those games, like especially Battle. So that would explain her like little bit more of a tendency to be headstrong. But definitely see how that can get annoying for some people for a set amount of time. Yeah, well, this one is just because, what is it called? I think a yacht is what these are called. Like, these are what you would have to use in order to take those flight paths. And so all the flight characters have a board that turns into that. But the regular boards, like the standing ones, they're okay. Still a little bulky, but I think they're just decent. Yeah. Definitely not my favorite. Are they better than OG riders? I don't know. I don't know, actually. I don't think so. I don't think so. Yoshi's a Sonic. Yeah, I say that in Sonic Heroes, Team Rose and Team Sonic definitely like got near each other a little too soon, because the whole thing was to find Sonic. So it's like, why are you gonna have them find Sonic like 4 levels in, kind of? You know? I feel like that should have been maybe the last boss battle, and then they can have, not last, but like the last character battle, and then you can have like a conversation and go from there. But definitely, like, she got her priorities a little mixed up, but I think it's not the worst.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Jet?
Long time no see, Shorty.
Wait!
We're here to settle the score from last time.
Anytime, Babylon Rogues.
Cut it out, Storm. All right, Kirby. Hand over the Ark of the Cosmos.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. Not after swiping
The marriage.
Ark of the
Sonic had a lot of funny
Cosmos right
lines
out of our
in the game.
hands.
Hey,
Everyone
hold
did,
up a minute.
honestly.
Girls hate guys who rush them, Jet.
Rush? Ha! I'm the fastest thing in the universe, and today I'm gonna prove it. Ha!
Sonic, we can't stay here.
Looks like we'll have to do the reunion later. See ya, Jet.
Hey, wait!
I think we play as Knuckles in this level, and you'll be able to see like the standing board. I think his is like one of your.
Don't get in my way.
I do like how they fold up into like nice little things though. Like, Jet's Eagle's always gonna be. So like Knuckles' board here. Okay, it does look kind of alien. I'll give it to you. But part of me is like, I feel as though it does a little bit better job conveying that these are futuristic tech things, other than Sonic Riders did, like the first one. I feel like that shortcut wouldn't even worth it. I almost didn't make that. Yeah, definitely. I mean, just given from the stages alone, you can tell that it's more of an emphasis on making this seem like a futuristic kind of city or a futuristic kind of landscape. I think I can go up, right? Yeah. So, like I said, gravity, the gravity dive, definitely broken. I just skipped over so much of the map. But from the colors to the stage design, just everything seems to like that. This seems to be a little bit more put together, be like, hey, we're in the future, haha. One more lap, right? Yeah, one more lap. See if I can get that again. Probably can. take it. Oops. Yeah. It's like OG writers had the perfect blend of cartoony, but also subtle hints that this isn't just the regular Sonic universe kind of thing. Yeah, I agree with you, Jake. I feel like Sonic just kind of knows what Amy wants, but doesn't want to get her hopes up or anything. Obviously, in the comics, he plays into it a little bit more. But he's just like, you know what, Amy, kind of be little bestie Westies or whatever. Because I think he even calls her her best friend in the DC comic, which had a lot of people up in a tizzy. But he knows what Amy wants. And he's like, I can't give that to you, but we good homies, kind of thing. So I think that's a decent decision to take, honestly. Let's see. I like the ocean. Yeah,
You can use
so
that power too?
Pretty handy, really.
a lot of people were upset at the whole, oh yeah, she's my best friend.
Engage EM algorithm. Maximum value. Access mother computer.
Sit down,
Mother
Wally.
computer access denied.
Why? What's this racket, and now of all times? Huh?
What went flying just now?
Do I look like a ball to you?
Eggman, what are you doing here?
What do you mean? I own this company!
What? So you're the ringleader behind this one too, Eggman?
Ringleader? What the devil are you babbling about?
I don't know how I feel about the
Come on,
models
cut
in this
the
game
act.
though.
I'm talking about
Like they don't have the
global
plastic look from the
robot
GameCube
rampage.
or from
You
writers,
must be
but
joking. That's been
they look a
quite
little
headache
too-
for me as well.
too matte.
Like we'll believe anything you say.
Calm down. We go way back, don't we? I'll let you in on something. Not even I know why they've gone amok, but they appear to be following a leader.
A leader? Well, I guess for now we'll buy that Eggman isn't involved.
That was way too easy, Sonic.
So maybe that has nothing to do with the robots that attacked us.
Where did you get that?
Also, I love how each of the characters wears it
So
on their
you were
dominant
holding
like
out on us,
hand. So like
Eggman.
Jet has it on his left, Sonic has it on his right.
Spill
arm.
everything
I
you
mean,
know,
not hand.
now!
I think
Very
Amy
well,
has
I'll tell you.
hers her right arm, either right arm or right leg.
All
Too.
robot activity within my facility is normally controlled by the mother computer. As the core of the Meteotech network, it was supposed to be the perfect computer. But as of a few days ago, I've been unable to control it remotely.
Yeah, her being so headstrong is what led to him being the way that he is with her. Which, I mean, it makes sense, especially if you're not into somebody like that. But it is a common like fan theory that Sonic doesn't know how to reciprocate affection, which may be why he's like so friendly all the way. But he also flirts with like flirts here and there, so it's a little confusing. But Amy definitely does more obtrusively to him in the beginning. Any other. So I
If
get
my
it.
deductions are correct, the robot's leader is using the world's robots in an attempt to collect these strange stones from around the globe.
But why do they need the stones?
That even I don't know.
They're drawn to one another.
What?
These aren't just some rocks. They're spoken of in Babylon clan legend as... Ah! That's right! Girl! Give me back the Ark of the Cosmos!
Amy's gone.
Storm's not here either.
Sounds like we've got a fix on the robot leader's location. Satellite monitor on.
I don't know if she gave up. I think it's more so like she's grown and has acknowledged that Sonic isn't ready for something like that. I don't think they'll ever confirm or, you know, getting together at any point. But I definitely feel as though that she's just kind of like, I'm gonna let Sonic do his own thing, and he'll come to me whenever he's ready, if he's ready. And that's kind of where she's at right now. You know? Yeah, no, I think it's fair to say that he just really didn't like her at all. At least in a romantic way, because of once again of the affection. And you see it in you saw it in the cutscene for this game, and same as writers. I think even like you said, Battle, he was kind of just like, oh, but he's softened up over the years because I think even at the end of their Secret Rings or Black Knight, they had gone on a date. So I mean, or they had a date planned. So yeah, she still does love that man, like to and from. Hey, Funny Boy Sans, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Glad you could stop by. You missed the OG Sonic Riders playthrough, but we're playing some Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. Playing a modded version of it called Regravified. I'll get the word eventually. But yeah, just hanging out, having a good time. Hopefully your day's going well. I could have made that. Oh, okay. Tails? Sure. Sure, Tails. See if I can... There we go. I am messing this up big time. Okay, I'm gonna restart. I can't even pause it. Oh. I can save this. I can save this. I can save this. I can save this. Only the first lap, 3rd place. I got it. Ocean Palace playing in the background. Take this. That'll put me back in the lead. Close enough to it. If I don't miss the ring. Let me not go that way this time. Let me go this way. Okay, or I can just mess that up completely. No, look, funny boy. I promise I'm good at the game. It's just I flubbed up. Take that shit. Yeah, she does have those boxing I know boxing gloves and boxing rings, I want to say. That's actually that comes from Sonic Battle, if memory serves me correctly. So she's always carrying that weight, and that's part of the reason why she can lift the hammers, from what I understand as well. Oh, I don't have the. Oh, I didn't have enough gravity. I think there was also in the comics in IDW, it's like she's lifting her hammer, or a giant hammer with silver. He's like, Amy, why'd you do all that lifting? He said that he was barely even helping her to do that. So she's definitely strong. But she should be putting more conversations about one of the strongest characters. But it's just me. I saved it. And I congratulate Ian for that, just because it's like the whole damsel in distress kind of talk has not really been a focal point for any media since, I would say, yeah, mid like 2000s. So kudos to Ian for being like, yo, we don't want our character, or we shouldn't want our character to be like this, and Sega just happened to go with it. So, you know, once again, she grew up, so it's good. Ooh, Dragon Row. Dragon Row Dave. Probably the same thing. Rocky Ridge is a Rocky Ridge. 100 bits. Thank you, Maju. Appreciate that.
It took you long enough. happened here? Don't ask me. First it comes flying at me full tilt, and then it just blows up.
It blew up?
Wait, does that mean...
I'm not even mad at you for Channel Generations is such a great game. I've been wanting to replay it, but I still want to. I know it's useless to collect all the parts for the rocket, but I want to do that first before I begin to play through, just so I can say I 100% of the game.
something out of this robot and hightailed it out of here.
First time experiencing that was so fire. Yeah, no.
So does this mean the
Right, wait,
rampaging robots will all cool it?
Oh, okay, I see.
If Eggman started all
That
this
trope has
by
been
putting
dead
that
for
stone in his mother
too many
computer,
years.
I don't
So
think it'll stop
I
until
think there's just a
we
point where they
know.
didn't know what to do with Amy, and he kind of came in with it as well. It's like, hey, we don't want her to be this. We shouldn't want to do that. Let's go ahead and make her this way, just because it probably go over well hands. And it seems to have been going.
Wait, I remember
So.
Storm saying something weird about the thing he took from that robot matching something they found someplace else. Well, oh, where was it he said? Giga, something like that. Wait, Gigan.
The Gigan rocks.
Right, what you said.
Yeah, the Sonic DC collab. Yeah, it just came out yesterday or the day before.
Treasure hunters.
I think yeah, it came out
about
Thursday.
shooting stars tells of some star shard sealed there that can grant.
This game is kind of cringe. Yeah, it is.
Shooting stars.
But it's okay.
Sonic, let's head to the Gigan rocks right away. We might find a clue about these stones.
Leave the directions to me. But they say the star shard is in a sacred chalice deep in the ruins, and getting there ain't easy. Nobody's made it back alive yet. We'll be risking our necks.
Yeah. Don't worry. That's nothing new.
Why did Sonic just say yeah like that? Risking his life for a rock. A Shadow and Agent Stone show. I wouldn't be too mad at it. I wouldn't be too mad at it if like every Sonic character in the movies gets their own human companion. I wouldn't be the most upset. I haven't watched the Knuckles show yet, so I don't have any input really on that. I know it was kind of like 50-50, but I feel like they had decent interactions. You know, not the most, and not the most meaningful, but I feel like it was still good. I think I go left for Knuckles. Yeah, I go left for Knuckles. Ooh, ooh. I do love how you can boost in this game, I will say. Revenge. I see, exactly. Exactly. Two of the better parts of that movie. I'm not saying the movie was bad, but I enjoyed it. I saw it twice. But you know, I feel like putting two parts together like that, it's just asking for a good old time. Huh? Let's see if I can... I didn't want the bike. God damn it. That's okay. Oh. Surprised I hit the wall like that. Oh, I did it too early. The Shadow Show. It could be like a I was gonna say a detective show. What would they even do together? Now that I'm thinking about it, what would Agent Stone and Shadow do? What would their mission objective be? Can't be finding Eggman because while Shadow was like, but Shadow teamed up with Eggman technically and Sonic at the end of Sonic. Like, what would the crossover be? It's not like Eggman tricked him, it was more so just Gerald. The Master Emerald. Yeah, I feel like the Master Emerald should be an important part of that story, especially considering everything they're trying to do with it. I agree, Jake. But they're on the right path with her character as a whole. From what I'm thinking right now, just based off of. Well, I'll put it to you this way: it's probably really gonna boil down to how they make her in the movie. And I know it's like, because the movie is going to be the most widely like accepted form of media for Sonic. Of course, you have the games, which have had more pop, but a lot more people are willing to go watch a movie than they are to play a game. You know, especially parents and older folks. So, if she's written well in the movie, that's probably going to dictate what kind of path she takes going forward, in my opinion. So hopefully, it's for a good reason. I would love for Rouge to get introduced in a show centered around Shadow. I know she's a big character that a lot of people have been looking to, but I feel like introducing her in a well, then you have the issue of seeing the movie she is, so.
It's gone.
What's wrong, Knuckles?
The legends say the
It might
Star
have been.
Shard is supposed to be in this chalice. Did it roll off somewhere in the quake?
Spoilers for Sonic Movie 3, or not spoilers. The credits for Sonic Movie 3 were fire. So, I'm not gonna say what I was saying because
What's up with this painting?
I hope she's written differently, but in a good way, you know?
Divine Wing?
Maybe have her and Sonic be like kind of attracted to each other, but don't have that be the main point at all. Like few moments here and there, but then leave it at that.
See if you can read this inscription.
The divine wings, straddler of stars, lose their plumes to the dark and fall to the ground.
Knuckles is your favorite character? Yes,
Fools
sir.
become as stars, returning to this land. We, the children of
Oh,
Babylon,
you're saying your favorite character credits. That's right, my bad.
Babylon?
What connection do they have with these stones?
If anyone hasn't seen the movie, go see it. It's on demand right now. You can watch it.
But
10
could
bucks,
the
15 bucks,
stones
something.
those robots are after be the plumes written about here? The divine wing, straddler of stars. Could they be power units
I hope not.
used to
I genuinely
operate
hope
some
not.
starship?
Yeah, no worries, funny boy. I'm glad you stopped by. Be sure to, watch any of the YouTube videos I uploaded in the past couple of days or past week in case you like what you saw. Hope to see you next stream. We'll be streaming tomorrow, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. PST. So hang out if you're free.
Jet! Eggman!
Knuckles, what does the rest of the inscription say?
Huh? Oh, right.
Y'all have more pressing matters here.
We, the children of Babylon, seal one star here and another within the great scar, formed in heaven's fall, until the time of the divine wings rising.
The Great Scar?
Wait, there's more. The
Billy
great
May.
scar, lying in the east among earth stained red by the dawn's light.
Eggman and Jet were headed east. The Great Scar must be the crater formed when the meteorite struck ground. That must be where Eggman found the plume.
I think she should
Means
be.
the mother computer.
She should be.
Probably
She should
waiting
be
there,
like
too.
real focused on her mission, whatever it
Alright,
is.
time
Because
to go
obviously she
catch
shows
up.
up in front of Sonic for some, obviously to save him. But I hope and pray that she is
Huh?
overall a good.
Ha! Took you long enough. Where's Eggman?
They call it the Crimson Tower. It's Mediotech's
Who is
signal
they?
tower. Command sent out here relay through facilities across the world to control the robots. In other words, you're looking at Mediotech's brain.
That think Eggman nabbed the arcs of the cosmos we've gotten and ran in there.
What's he after this time?
He's probably planning to use the stone's
I
power
do love
to
the main
issue an
theme
order
of
to all
Gravity
the
a lot
world's
more
robots from this
better, so.
tower. Sooner or later, he was planning to set the robots rampaging.
That was probably his reason for forming Mediotech in the first place.
The Eggman Land project again, huh? He never gives up, does he? Well, looks like we gotta storm the place.
Huh? You think I was just sitting around here twiddling my thumbs? Sonic the Hedgehog?
I follow you. Sorry to keep you waiting.
First one to nab Eggman gets all of the arcs of the cosmos. Huh? And the title of best.
See how Jet has his on the left arm, Sonic has his on the right?
Sounds like fun to me.
Because Jet is left-handed. He rides a Goofy, which is the skateboard terminology for why he rides facing the left of. I think he's the only. No, Shadow also rides Goofy. I think he does as well. Say. I'm glad that doesn't like that doesn't disorient players when they're. That'll be weird. Having Goofy. Oh, it's actually just Crimson Crater. Okay.
All right, bring it on.
It is. And welcome to the stream, Mr. That SNH guy. Glad to see you. Especially in this one, I don't know if I mentioned it, but in OG Riders, there was one still of Sonic where his arm was like super noodly, and that was definitely something to behold. Can I make this? I didn't cut that too short. I did. It's on. Yeah, if they ignore the fact that Amy has a huge crush on Sonic, it's gonna be a riot, and not in a good way. Oh, I missed the. Oh, you bring up a good point, Frontier. Hold on. Shadow is left-handed, kinda. He uses his left hand a lot. Jet is left-handed. Metal is right-handed. Is Surge left-handed? Someone fact check that for me. Is Surge left-handed? See if I can take some of these shortcuts. Yeah, Metal being right-handed, that does make sense. You're right. Oh, dude, tell me about it. We were talking about it earlier, about Crossworlds, very shortly, or very briefly earlier. And I don't know if you noticed, Mr. Guy, but one of the boards that Sonic rides is actually the Sonic Freeriders boards. It's the yellow and, like, gray one in the second shot of him riding a board. It comes from Freeriders, specifically. So it looks like they're going to be incorporating a lot of things from pretty much every part of the series, which, you know, hope is a fact. But yeah, I'm excited about the boards, man. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the only one that a lot of people use, but hopefully they're able to supplement the reason why you're supposed to use cars with something. Otherwise, no one's touching those cars with a 10-foot. I don't think this race ever gave me any trouble as a kid. So, just once again because of how easy zero gravity is. Yeah, I'll just call US, no worries. I wanted that one. Yeah, no worries. Thank you for checking. Because Metal, yeah, I think Metal might be the only right-handed individual. We can call Shadow ambidextrous. We can have that. He is the ultimate life form, so being ambidextrous makes sense, right?
Sweet.
And Jetson left. Lacey love to see it. No. So we were saying that all of Sonic's rivals are left-handed. So except for Metal. So Shadow is ambidextrous. Jet is left-handed because if you notice, if it shows right now, he has his gravity bracelet on the left arm, and Sonic has his on the right, and that's an indication of like what their dominant hand or like preference for riding is as well. So Jet rides Goofy while everyone else rides regular, which is just facing to the well, Jet rides to the facing to the left. Everyone else faces to the right. That's confusing, but
Babylon Garden.
The resonance
more
from
menacing
all
than the
5 power
games.
units must have calmed it down.
Eggman more
Legends
menacing
were right.
versus.
Here. Hey, we haven't settled anything yet. Turning tail and running away, Sonic the Hedgehog.
I think-
running away.
Me
Who do you
thinks-
think I am? I'll be waiting.
Eggman has not
See
been
you at the World
intimidating
Grand Prix.
since. Might be a hot take, but Eggman has not been intimidating since Sonic Adventure 2. And I say that because Sonic Forces. Knuckles. Did he say crap? I have to go back and look at or listen to that. Sonic Forces Unleashed. Yeah. Oh, okay. No, you're right. Unleashed, like how he just decimates the planet. You're right. You are correct. Absolutely. 110% correct. But yeah, he hasn't been intimidating in like into 2025 in 17 years. And Forces should have been a lot darker than it actually was. I think we can all agree that Forces should have been like a gritty story and not just, hey, I'm in jail, let me get out, let me break out because of one kind of thing. Eggman pissing on the moon, yeah, that's shout out Snapcube, it's true. But IDW Eggman, I mean, he holds Tangle like just straight gunpoint, and everyone freaks out. Oh, everyone who's there just like freaks out. Archie Eggman, I feel like is a little more evil just because of all the things that go into why he's evil the way that he is. We're talking like very early Archie, then oh yeah, 100%. Later on Archie, it's like a few moments here and there, but he's still Eggman at the root. So Surge is left-handed and so is Scourge. That makes sense. But to be fair, Ian probably made Surge left-handed just to spite Ken Penders, which I don't blame him. I don't blame him. And okay, there is Sonic Boom where Tails is like, oh, Eggman. But that's more of like a gag kind of thing. So it's like, you know. Archie Eggman, he is the definition of insanity. He does go insane, like quite literally insane, after losing to Sonic so much. Genuinely kind of, oh, I forgot they started like Dragon Rule. What's Boo's house? Oh, we just start off like that? I don't remember. But yeah, I want Eggman to be more menacing in the game. In the games. I hope he does become at some point. Genuinely. It would be wonderful. Did it always start off just in the middle?
That
Like
takes care of that trap.
Yep.
I think IDW Eggman needs a bit more. What's the word? Whoa!
I got it.
How do I feel about IDW Eggman? Genuinely, that's a good. Let's focus on Game Eggman. Game Eggman, most definitely. Storm. Wait, wait, time out. I'll get to that in a second. Storm and Wave are left-handed. I thought Wave was left. And Storm was right.
What you doing there, Wave?
Making a wish.
Okay.
Hmm.
But going back to the games, Game Eggman 100% needs to be more intimidating, like he was. Once again, hate to sound like an old head, but back in the day. And then IDW Eggman just needs a little more of a push. Like he doesn't need to be super evil every
All
time,
right, Star.
but
Give me the power
I
to
feel
beat it.
like he needs just that one that one thing that's gonna drive all the characters like, no, we need to put a stop to this. Of course, the metal virus is there, but yeah. Yeah, I agree with IDW being a little bit more games. And so Eggman's character arc is going to be interesting once Sage gets introduced into the comics, which Ian said is going to happen at some point. We don't know if that's going to be this year, next year, etc. No one really knows. But if they're going to make Eggman soften up a little bit, they need to introduce someone else like Archie had that can fill in the role of like just evil to the kind of thing. Because in the comics you had Mammoth Mogul, you had Ixis Nagus, you had Interjack, you had
Looks like my wish came
a couple of
true
other
already.
folks. So there needs to be like a tertiary villain. And then yeah, IDW also has that thing, as you said, going. I mean, that's the whole reason why he told Starline off, "Hey, yo, don't. This is my enemy. You're not gonna take this away." Yeah, I think I can. Yeah, movie Eggman is good. All the jokes and hee ha ha's aside, I think movie Eggman is done. Honestly, I gotta get the timing right. It's a little different than Vegeta. That was a terrible time. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's try that again. Okay, so yeah, Storm is right-handed. Okay, you were trying to make me sound crazy, Frontier. What's going on? Yeah, Jim Carrey's also just a phenomenal actor, so we have that going for him. I think he'll be back for movie 4, so. Because we're kind of done right now. My guess is that movie 4 is going to be Sonic Heroes and Sonic CD mixed up, and I have a theory for this on why that's probably going to be the case. At the end, we obviously see Shadow and Eggman do their thing, right? And I think if two things happened, either the Ark was teleported somewhere or it just exploded with all the Chaos Energy. The Chaos Energy resulted in a time... Oh, brother. Chaos Energy resulted in a time warp like area being constructed, thus opening the portal to Sonic's world potentially, hence the reason why Amy is even there. So one big ass chaos control thing versus like the Ark just happened to maybe even teleport Earth into Sonic's dimension wholeheartedly. This is open. I'm not surprised. Sega has very little, like, I guess, agency or knowledge when it comes to movies. So I'm not that surprised they gave full authority to Paramount. I think it was for the best because, I mean, Jeff Fowler has worked on Sonic before, so that probably also has something. I have not played Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, at least not in its entirety. I did start it, but I haven't finished. So that could be something that we play on stream one of these times. I wouldn't be too opposed to it. No, it takes like 2-3 hours to complete anyway, so not mad at it. But yeah, if Metal was created by... Well, what if Metal was created by Eggman as like a kill switch or like a dead man switch? Like if he gets taken out of the world, then boom, Metal wakes up in a pool. That's also a possibility. And yeah, IDW or Sega has been leading to the Sonic and it, which I'm all for it. As a not a Sonami trooper, yeah, truther, but I think they make a nice pairing. You know? Ooh, why can't you start a speed? Let's see if I can get the Stardust Speedway. I'm super open to doing Mario Sonic. Here's a good game.
I figured it out, Jet.
Yeah? What you got?
As I suspected, the Ark of the Cosmos is an engine unit for the Babylon Garden, invented by our ancestors.
An engine part?
Not just any part. I'll need to analyze it further, but I think this stone's magnetic field is able to transmute a planet's mass energy and create a singularity to...
Can the boring speech. What can this thing do for me?
I don't like how muted his colors are.
The
Game.
stone can temporarily charge up gravity.
Look a little too washed
then
out.
convert it to power Babylon Garden's warp drive.
Sounds promising. So that power was gravity, huh?
One more thing. The Babylonian scrolls say there are 5 arcs of the cosmos. One serves as the master unit, while the
They
other 4
actually,
attract
what
each
was
other
it?
and serve under it.
Okay, so if they attract each other, you should be able
I think
to make
in the
some kind of arc-finding
He's
radar.
slated to be
Get
like
on it.
Understood.
so around the same age as the games.
Keep it down.
Obviously,
And
we
what
had
do you
Baby
want?
Sonic, and he was a little bit younger, like at the end, a little bit older. Any of the first one, and the second one, I would say he was probably around 12 or 13, and then considering at what time Sonic
The robot is at large and is suspected to still be in the city area.
That's an arc of the cosmos. Storm, set a course for Megalo Station at full throttle.
Roger that, boss.
Ha! These things really do attract one another.
But I do feel like Jason's Jet voice is a lot better in this. I got the start of Speedway, baby.
I hope you're ready for this.
The whole idea behind Sonic Riders is one that I love. Just, I feel like Sonic should always have been futuristic, especially considering like what Eggman's whole goal is when it comes to wanting to industrialize everything, make everything into robots and all that fun stuff. So it fits perfectly. I've actually never taken that shortcut. Yo, if Jason voices Jet in Crossworlds, that would actually be fire. Because I don't think we haven't heard Jet since 3 Riders, I'm pretty sure. And I think that was the, no, that was the first game they got a recast in, so I don't know who was voicing him in that game. Oh, I don't make that. I do make that. No, I don't. Sonic is a versatile series. I feel like he better suits. I don't know, the trope of like going from super green versions of areas into more metallic versions of them. So I mean, basically all of it. What the hell? All of the classic games. It like it's good, but I don't want that trope to be overused just because like the imagery gets kind of boring after a while, you know? As far as like fitting into any standard of, or not any kind of story, I mean, we've already kind of seen it. We've seen him in storybooks, seen him in, I mean, I guess you can count In Space with Sonic X. So those kind of things do exist, but there could always be more, I feel like they can always do a little bit more where they put Sonic, but they have a tried and true formula and they want to stick to it. True. Kind of did that already with Black Knight, so it's definitely possible. They've done it before, but you know how they are when it comes to trying super new things. But hopefully that's changed over the past couple of years. I think it has. But hopefully it stays that way. Not a big fan of the Fly Gun, I would say. At least not in this game. Hey, dude. Okay, all sub in a minute. Was Megalo. Let's see, Full Edge, Press Garden. Go with Press Garden. Hold down.
Ha! Too slow.
This doesn't make any sense, in my opinion. But
Lost it.
yeah, the model has always been like a huge debate. I don't think I have a preferred Sonic model per se. I mean, I guess the obvious answer is the Unleashed one, but that is technically the one they've been using anyway. But I wouldn't be upset with a redesign. Maybe add in some new accents here. I'm talking about like a whole boom, something of that caliber, like to freshen things up a little.
Fated lovers are always drawn together.
Oh.
Okay, you got me. I was running away from those robots. I was so scared.
Hey.
What's that? The cause of all my troubles. I picked it up and those stupid robots came after me. So that's it. Those things must be after this storm.
I guess that settles it. The key to solving this mystery is Mediotech. You two.
I heard them too. Let's circle on ahead of them and gather information.
How does that?
Just wait, Sonic the Hedgehog. You won't be calling yourself the world's fastest for long.
I'm not mad at those. I know the muzzle curve is like a huge thing. I saw was it Child Mix that did a video on the muzzle curve? It was. But definitely fixed that. The shoes, I feel like they could use a little bit more polish, honestly. So like be darker but not like matte. Have a little bit of gloss to them, kind of thing.
You think you can win with that board?
Supersonic 2, as I like to call it. I enjoy it, but I'm upset because I know that we'll never see it again. It was cool in concept, and I get that it has to be limited to the Starfall Islands. But I feel like something as simple as just like making his hair blue, oh my god, his pupils blue, for example, did so much. That's why everyone liked it. I was trying to hit that, but so I like it. Hopefully it comes back, but I'm not anticipating that it will at any point. I know there's a better one. Never mind, I can't take that. I know with the movie shoes, since those are technically Reeboks, that would probably take a little bit, but they could obviously take some. What the hell just happened? They could obviously take some inspiration from it. I think they should. I think that we should have like accurate quill textures, so like hair textures. I know that Shadow kind of does have that in Shadow Gems, where you can kind of see the outlines of the different, many different quills. But also, I don't need to see like super high fidelity games for Sonic, you know? Like the cartoon aspect is what fits the best for him, I believe. I'm just missing all those. Oh. It's crazy, yeah. That one was cool. That one specifically, I don't know why that wasn't like a, not unlockable form, but like a playable form. That would have been nice. And definitely make him more expressive, as I feel like Sonic needs to. He was pretty expressive in Shadow Generations. That one cutscene with Shadow, I feel like they did him justice. It did feel kind of stiff at some points, during regular generation still, but considering that they didn't really do with it, I mean, what do you expect, kind of thing. Oh man. Yeah, it is a shame. Will we ever get a multiversal Sonic game again? I highly doubt it, just because of how all those multiversal Sonics have been treated. I think Crossworlds will probably be the only time that we get it, or if there's a similar game to it in the future. But when it comes to having like all these Sonics come together, I don't see it happening. Because Sonic Boom didn't do too well. Even though the show was hilarious, Sonic Boom didn't do too well. People are turning on classic Sonic for some reason, so there's also that. But I hope that in some capacity that we get those voices back, and I think Crossworld's gonna be the start of that if they decide to do it. I think so. If I had to choose between realistic or grounded. I think grounded simply because Amy's whole thing is spreading love, as she's, you know, said in multiple games, and that should not be directed just towards Sonic. You know, she's shown compassion for Shadow, Tails, Knuckles, etc., and I feel like that fits her very well. But I think that since she is one of the, not younger cast members, but since she is still fangirl of Sonic, like as a hero, I think she should still have those fangirl moments, just not have them be too obtrusive and too all over the place. So I think that's a pretty well-rounded way to do it. The Sonic, I would prefer if it's just the movie verse. Sonic Prime kind of feels like just skins, and they want to do skins, and I feel like they should release it as such. Of course, if you have like the Eggman variants, you can have that. But when it comes to the different like ways that the characters look, not too sure about that person.
Out of the way, buddy! I'll lose sight of Sonic!
Oh, I was supposed to stop. Oh, Cosmic Wall, that's an interesting choice.
Not gonna hold back!
Also, am I tripping, or has Amy always had her regular get-up for Zero Gravity? I thought she had her rider's gear. Ow. Like these springs are doing nothing for me. Holy. Like I'm in the same place. Oh, wow. What's real? The 06 models are so good. I'm so upset that we haven't gotten anything close to that reason. But oh, later. Okay, I thought, because I know she had it in OG Riders, but I thought that she had it in this game as well. Oh, I didn't need to cancel it. That's annoying. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, okay. It's that drift that's messing me up. Okay. So don't do it unless it's like a super sharp turn. Understood. if I can still dictate where I go with this. Also, this stage is very intuitive. That's what I mean by I feel like Zero Gravity has slightly better stages than Riders because it's more involved. You know? Like the little gimmicks you get, like why is electricity lighting the ground on fire? Not on fire. But it's like lighting the ground and the stage goes poof. Exactly. No? Might as well take it. Yeah, I feel like she should keep her composure when it comes to interacting with others, and then with Sonic, like, still have some composure, but obviously, like, love the guy, so it's only naturally a little bit more expressive when you're around him versus when you're around, like, Rouge, for example. I messed that up big time. Let's take that top path. This takes me. I feel like that didn't. Oh, actually, that's pretty decent. That shortcut. I feel like in this one, she's a tad more independent, which is good. I feel like this was maybe the start of it. But then you have some. Well, no, actually, Unleashed is good. Unleashed is a good depiction of aim. Because she sees all the stuff that Sonic's going, she's not immediately like, oh Sonic, let's go on a date kind of thing. Obviously that's hyperbolic, but I feel like that's a good expression of how she should be. And also in the comics, yeah, the comics of course. It's Kingdom, Ellie, but also White Acropolis. Yeah, I agree. Like also another showcase of how strong she is.
Where the heck am I? Thanks to you, I got separated from Sonic, you big jerk!
Basically. I would be. He still helps him out though.
You're going to find the way out. Am I clear?
Crystal clear, ma'am, sir.
Like she can be super hard on folks, but also constructive. It works out.
What's that noise?
Also, I feel like that laser should be doing more than just scanning. You know? From a high powered robot, it should probably kind of burn.
It's the same! This is just like the stone we found at the Gigan Rocks!
Giga what?
And now this makes two of them! I gotta get back and tell Jet!
Hey, wait!
Also, I love how the default shoes for folks who they don't know how to copy Sonic's but make it like Storm's right. Like I think Mighty's is Sonic.
I hope you're ready for this!
It's just a time trial, right? Yeah, in 4 minutes. The dumbass on a killing spree. A little bit. I already told myself about that drift. That's what I get. I know it's just for stage differences, but the fact that it started raining out of absolutely nowhere, kind of crazy. Gonna make that. I don't have enough. I missed the 100? Oh, you've got to be. Oh, okay. Go this way. Oh no. Okay, that's fine. This is moving a lot slower than I thought it was. I'm not getting my time here. Truly do hope to see it. See if I can get that this time. I'm not getting it. Hell no. There's no. I guess I'll transform into the boat. Or what's the butts? Too early. What I wanted to eat. Okay. Not my best time, but the stage is a little bit long. Plus the water doesn't. Oh, okay. Let's see. Final Fortress. Go with the main thing.
He's late! What's taking Storm so long anyway?
Sorry, boss.
You're late!
But I brought back something good.
Huh. Not bad, Storm. Not bad.
Jet,
What is it?
I found a passage in that ancient text that has me wondering. I'll try to paraphrase it simply enough for you to follow.
Personally,
Let's hear it.
We've reached our decision. We must sever the engine unit from this vessel. For if we delay, the contraction of the engine's core will lead the lightless black to consume
about to
everything.
have 5 in like 2 races. Ah, Explains why Eggman was chasing him.
Lightless
So,
black? What the heck does that mean?
Who can say? What are your thoughts?
How should I know?
steady guess, man.
Anyway, we can leave the thinking for later. For now, we need to collect these arcs of the... Huh? Huh.
How Eggman got in and out just without a sound. Also, that was just the Eggmobile from Sonic Adventure 1. When they've had plenty of other updated models by that point.
Sneak onto my ship, Willie! Full speed ahead! Follow him!
Just a recap of this.
Huh? Ha! Took you long enough. Where's Eggman?
I mean, like how did his big ass walk in, not be seen by 3 people, and then walk out with 2 of the most important items for what they need right now?
In other words, you're looking at Mediotech's brain.
That big Eggman nabbed the arcs of the cosmos we've gotten and ran in there.
What's he after this time?
He's probably planning to use the stone's power to issue an order to all the world's robots from this tower. Sooner or later, he was planning to set the robots rampaging. That was probably his reason for forming Mediotech in the first place.
The Eggman Land project again, huh? He never gives up, does he? Well, looks like we gotta storm the place. Oh, huh? You think I was just sitting around here twiddling my thumbs?
I
Sonic
guess
the
so.
Hedgehog?
You've been slinking around for, at this point, came out in like 2008, 2007?
First one to nab Eggman
For like
gets all
almost
of
10
the arcs
years.
of the cosmos.
Or not 10 years, almost 20 years at that
And
point.
the title of fastest creature in the universe. Huh. Sounds like fun to me. Let's get started. Huh.
Okay. A much better version of the stage that we just because, once again, more involved and there's more to so no, it's just the regular. Okay, that's fine, that's fine.
No way I'm gonna lose.
Jet, you have lost to Sonic in almost every iteration. I stopped way too early. Oh, okay. Yeah, most of these shortcuts I've never taken. I seem surprised. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, keep pace with Sonic and Sonic 2. Sonic 3, he's just like straight up keeps up as well. Oh. I think I can go this way as well. I'm not gonna. Multiple games, he's just been running same pace as Sonic, if not slightly faster. And when you really think about it, implications that he might be the fastest in the universe start to pop up a little bit more. Oh, I need to activate the speed one. What? Okay. I'm in second because of that. You hate to see it. I know there's a shortcut. Eggman in the Chow Garden. He looks extremely weird in the Chow Garden. I have to say. Like the way his arms move and legs move, it's a little uncanny. It was pretty nice to see Tails not in a mech though. I was kind of surprised they did that. It'll also be kind of weird if he was in the mech just in the Chow Garden. Not too surprised. I could have taken it. Let me actually not take this one. That way, let's take this shot. No, it's probably just, yeah, more of the same. Gonna get this time. There we go. Just to cap myself off. That's a disturbing thought. But you're not wrong. But you're not wrong. I don't know. Well, I know why. They wanted to like streamline the gameplay. Because if you had like, well, actually no. I feel like Eggman being the only shooting mech in SA2 would have been. Then you have to think about what you can Tails do. So I understand. Hey, story time. I guess we just do regular, maybe, possibly. Pretty much the end of the fighter's story.
Here. Hey, we haven't settled anything yet.
Jet, we have other things to take care of. Let's hurry to Babylon Garden.
I don't know, where'd you guys get the yellow?
I suppose we should head home too.
Hey, Sonic, why do you think the ancient Babylonians sealed away that power unit in the Gigan Rocks?
Beats me.
Bro doesn't even care to try to.
Something's not right. The lightless black that assaulted the Divine Wings. And how that robot chasing Amy just exploded.
It's a black hole.
We can't let those meteorites get near Babylon Garden.
My question is, I forgot how the robots know about Firefly.
How is that thing still flying? Eggman!
I don't know.
What?
All I can say is that something nearby is generating a massive electromagnetic pulse. That may have forcibly engaged the program in the robot's buffer.
What does that even mean? It did look an Xbox, didn't it? Okay, I thought I was
We weren't able to control the power of those meteorites.
What do you mean?
I figured out how they can change gravitational polarity. It's a black hole. The meteorites amplify gravity to form black holes. That's the lightless black that attacked the Divine Wings.
And here.
The power units are resonating together, forming a giant black hole.
Can IDW do that? Would they want to do that? Or would they want to keep the Babylon Rogues to just side character? I'm not sure. I feel like they could, especially with how well the writing is so far. But I think it would be a matter of not if, but should they, you know? Especially since they're like they have a stark difference between the classic canon and canon now. That's the whole reason why we have those IDW classics on them. So I don't know if they would.
The whole planet will be sucked into the black hole. Thanks, Sonic.
The world is doomed.
Wait! How can we stop this storm?
The core unit in the engine room powers Babylon Garden. We can disconnect it. That should do the trick.
I'll go on ahead.
Yeah!
But see, then Jet also rides regular and not to the left like he does in the game, right? What is the proper way that this? I don't think I ever had trouble with this. Like I said, it's kind of just the same thing as to it. But oh, the textures look nice, and the Mephiles theme song in the background, so cool. Oh, okay, sure, why not?
Here we go. See ya.
Oh, I have gravity. I wonder if I'm supposed to see this route. I actually forgot. Yeah, the Mephiles music. I was trying to set it to the regular sound, but I guess it didn't want to do that. But the Mephiles music oddly fits, I think. You know, given the purple hues and everything. I think it's still just 3 hits. Oh no, it's based on that. So yeah, 3 hits. Oh, I've actually never seen that attack. And this should be it right here, right? I thought I didn't get the trigger button. Okay. Oh, it counts this as a actually. Last one. I thought I didn't get it for a second. Right. Okay, 6 hits, I guess, total. I have a shield. Okay. Do I make this? I make it. No, I don't. Do I? Ah, damn it. Okay. What is the air? Oh, no air. The anonymous gifter. Appreciate it. For the gifted sub. That should be, right? Yeah, that's
Sweet.
it. Yeah. And then that was pretty much Sonic Riders. I can't do free riders because I don't have my connect with me. I don't even know if the connect. But I'm gonna play the extra stages. I'll let you guys pick my character and my board, and then we'll call it there. Water, so perfect timing, right?
So are you okay with all this?
Well, much as I'll miss the vastness of space, this world still has its charm. Besides,
You were never on, so spaceship. Also, I swear Amy was in that final
I wonder
boss
what
fight.
those meteors really were. They had some programming that made them try to gather up the other units. Yeah? It activated when Eggman found the first piece and put it in the mother computer. All the robots went berserk because they were all connected to the network. At least I think that's what happened.
So one program that
But who made that program?
unintentional.
I have no idea. Maybe the ancient Babylonians. Or maybe someone even more ancient. Maybe it was a warning for people to stay away from power beyond control.
But the people of
I
Babylon...
can't believe they were the descendants of aliens. They crash-landed on this
Oh,
planet
more
in the
believable
ancient
than
past.
most other things we've
They
seen.
disconnected their engine unit
And left it in orbit, hoping that someday it would fall back down to the surface. Every time they saw a shooting star.
I bet they'd wish they could get back to their home planet.
Maybe that's
Good ending
why
as
people
well.
started wishing on shooting
Been in mind.
stars.
Could be the ancients from Frontiers. You're right. You're right. Considering they do. Yo, wait. You could be right. Because the Babylonians are technologically advanced, sure, but the ancients were. I think they just cooked up something. I think you just cooked. I think you cooked. Sonic Rider Zero Gravity. Not as intense as the original, but also I think better tracks, slightly better boards. Not in terms of how they look, but overall consistency. Like it. They did have way more advanced technology, so I'm like, oh, you probably cooked with that. Go ahead. Let me see. I can probably do story mode. It is, but it's still possible. Still possible. I know that the timeline just got released as well, so anything is still up for grabs. Sorry. I know that for this one, let's see, there are no computers, unfortunately, just because the mod doesn't allow for them, just based off of like, issues with the programming. But I'll let you guys go ahead and pick who I play and then what board I pick. I think we've done Shadow, we've done Amy. There's no Metal Sonic here, but what else did we do? I think that was it. Everyone else was like DLC character. So let me know who you guys want me to. I felt like the Ross. No IR. So there's a ton of fight here. Six. Way more flight characters or any. Go with bases or. I forgot what. Oh, okay. Pretty much just a time trial since computer, but it's okay. 3 laps, pretty simple. Let's see if I remember. This one is not like that. That's for sure. Surprised I made that. I don't think I've ever seen Blazes run out. Yeah, no worries, Frontier. I'll be live tomorrow at 12 in case you want to stop by. But thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you at some other point. I messed that up completely. Oh, that's a hole. For sure. Have a good rest of your day. Oh, cancel it. I can't make that yet. Alright. Pops up with S. I thought I could ride that, but I guess not. Not enough. Okay, that's fine.
You'll never be a match for me.
There we go. Let's go back. Sega car. 80s and silver. Thought he would have a voice line.
I'm using everything I've got.
44. Could have been better. I missed it. This is awkward. Never seen Silver's run out. If I remember correctly, I should be able to do one of those. Not gonna transform. Traffic. Maybe I should have taken it. Love that little seat. Like you would expect only a power card to do it. No, no one's like smart with it. And to cap it all off, 90s. That go. This will say what they know. Will we not? It's play for. Oh no, she's a dude. For Billy Hatch. Billy Hatcher on skates. No audio cue. How strong is this? Ooh, that was close. I could have gone that way. Wait, since I have type S, can I not go? I can. What song is this? Ah, missed it. Oh, do I still have my... You can have double the attribute. That's kind of broken. Stats? Okay. Oh, hell no, I'm not making it. Take a power route, or I can take this. Kind of close there. Never seen this a day. Is it any faster, or is it just not when I do that? There's 100 right there, but I just completely missed. Alright. Go this way. Alright. Good finish. Good finish. All under a minute too. Rocking. Oh. Thank you all for joining the stream. I will still be live tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific Coast time. Not sure what that is for everyone, but typically if you just check anytime between the hours of 12 and 4 PST, I will most likely be on. Gonna play some Marvel Rivals tomorrow, so in case anyone wants to join, it is open and free invitation. Just make sure you come to the stream, drop your friend name, and then we can go ahead and get you in from there. Play some quick play. If there's only 6 of us, or if we have more than that, we can play some custom matches, which is always a fun time. I sure hope to see everyone there. I go by the name Jiggy, and thanks for tuning into the stream. Be sure to check out the YouTube channel. Have a good rest of your day, though. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.